This is the voice of the Media Buffet host. Hello, listeners. My name is Piwi, and welcome to this new episode of Media Buffet. I'm here joined by Mercury, Pancakes, and RAT Comedy, and today we're going to cover the Pokemon's 25th anniversary. How are you guys?
I am good and very excited for this episode. Pokemon's one of my favorite topics.
Yes, same here. I'm honestly super excited to cover Pokemon's 25th anniversary and all the amazing topics they have brought to us.
Yeah,
but we're gonna talk.
Yeah, it's actually pretty decent. It's actually a pretty nice day to celebrate because it's crazy to think that 25 years ago, in this year, some guy in Japan decided to make a game that would become one of the most revolutionary in history.
Yes, and so what a fun game.
It's all about catching and training these creatures called Pokemon, and you gotta catch them all, like they say, and become the very
like
best.
No one ever was.
I normally don't catch them all. I just catch some of them, but
I have completed one Pokédex.
when I'm bored, I just complete Pokédexes, and that's it. But
That's your pastime? Wow.
I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk about obviously Pokemon's 25th anniversary, but right now we're gonna talk about what Pokemon has meant for us, how fun it has been, and overall, what do we feel about Pokemon? What do you guys feel about Pokemon?
Pokemon is one. It's been not that much influential in my life. It came into my childhood very late. I was around 8 when I first got my first Pokemon game, but I was exposed to the franchise much earlier. My first Pokemon game I ever played was Alpha Sapphire, and I really enjoyed the game. Although my first interaction with Pokemon and how I got into the series much through the cards, which I don't collect anymore because I don't like the cards as much as I used to.
Yeah, same here. I started out with the cards. Then my dad bought me a 3DS, and then I just the first game I played was Omega Ruby, but then I went and shifted over to Pokemon White 2. Then I forgot that you can play DS games in 3DS, but I bought a DS cartridge of Pokemon Pearl, and then I played Pokemon Pearl. I absolutely loved it. And I went forward to Pokemon Moon, and ended up in Pokemon Ultra Moon. But now I'm planning to buy a Switch, so I can play the upcoming games that are truly fascinating to me.
Okay.
What do you, RAT Comedy and Pancakes, what do you feel about Pokemon?
Alright. My first exposure to Pokemon was in the anime when I woke up to find Pokemon X and Y airing in Cartoon Network. I watched it, I enjoyed it, but then I bought Smash Bros. And found out that Pokemon was in the game, but I never really used them. However, by 2016, I jumped on the bandwagon of Pokemon Go, but I never played it, and then I left. But then I picked up Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I'm replaying right now. And after that, I pretty much left Pokemon until this year, and I basically started replaying Pokemon Go in a car and catching Pokemon, and right now I already have some Pokemon involved, like I made a Pikachu into a Raichu, and I bought Shield recently, and I'm starting to enjoy it. It's not as bad as people have said.
Yeah.
And that's how it went so far.
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, so my opinion on the Pokemon franchise, like many people, actually started in the trading card game back in 2014. One of my friends, Exceed specifically, introduced me to the Pokemon card game because he kept dodging to every attack even though it was not a move in the cards. So, yeah, there's that. And, yeah.
That doesn't seem like fun.
Yeah, I just got introduced to Pokemon in that sense, and I'm glad to be celebrating its 25th anniversary 7 years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same here. Absolutely. You know, Pokemon. I also forgot that I bought Pokemon Y, and I played it.
I've pretty much played every single Pokemon iteration, like every single game, from 2013 onwards. So that's me. That's my experience.
Yeah, I played.
I've been playing pretty much every game since 2013. The only one I haven't played is Let's Go Pikachu.
Oh, I haven't played any of the Switch games, but I played most of the 3DS games. So, well, basically all of them. even
I don't-
Rumble, which was I don't want to say it was great.
Rumble World or Rumble Blast?
Okay, so it was basically you were the Pokemon, and
I know what Rumble is, but like Rumble World or Rumble Blast?
Rumble World, I think.
The free one?
Yes.
Okay, no, Rumble World. They should really bring back Rumble World, or like just Rumble.
Yeah.
They reduced like the Rumble franchise to mobile status, and that's really just not good.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. That was our thoughts and opinion of Pokemon Go. Once again, I honestly think Pokemon has been my favorite franchise in the video game terms. I just love it, and I'm gonna buy a Switch just for Pokemon. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna buy other games, but just seeing these games that are gonna come up, I just said I have to bring back memories. Because if you guys don't know, I actually lost
and to make new ones.
I lost my 3DS, and well, I didn't. I still to this day I do not know what happened to it. But I had good games in there. I was planning to play old games, but I lost it. So you know what? I said, you know what? Fuck it. I just buy a new Switch once I get the money, and then I'm gonna buy obviously when it comes out the new games, but I can buy a Sword and Shield and just play it. But okay. That's enough of that. We're gonna go to the topics. We're gonna start off with 20 years of Pokemon Showcase.
This showcase is always started as a present, and while it was cool, it's just kind of, to me, it's just your typical 25-year anniversary, just an anniversary thing.
Yeah.
It's nothing really special.
I mean, it's not special, but you're sitting there. We're watching the live stream, and then you just see the showcase, and you're just like, wow, 25 years of absolute legends of games. So, and you're looking back to it.
Yeah, but I also say that the showcase was way too long.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It was very long, but at least I enjoyed it.
I don't know about anyone else, but it's bearable to
Yeah, the
watch.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
Pokemon Presents was nice.
Okay.
I mean, the showcase.
To me, it's just bearable. You know,
You can watch it.
I can watch it, but I wouldn't watch it again. You know.
All right, now we're gonna.
Okay, honestly, I thought it was too long, but still really cool to see the history of Pokemon and all that happened of the trade cards, anime, movies, all that stuff was really cool.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to the first game of today's topics, and we got info on new Pokemon Snap. What do you got?
I am not that excited for Pokemon Snap, at least the new one. It's not really a like a spin-off that I actually ever played, because the original's on the 64, which I don't have.
So same here.
So and for me, it's just kind of I don't find it interesting for
Yeah,
me.
same here. I honestly think it's cool. The concept, it's cool. Pictures of your Pokemon. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't know if it's just taking pictures, so you get a character that moves around. I don't know, but
It is. You're in a little car and you move around.
Oh, okay, that's
your
not
character.
bad. It's not great.
Yeah,
it's not
like-
great, but it's not bad. I like the concept of you taking photo of your Pokemon and just like
It's not your Pokemon. It's Pokemon in the wild.
Yeah, wild Pokemon, like
when you take
you
a
have a
photo,
character, you get
obviously take the photo,
Yeah, I mean,
your photo. So that doesn't really say too much whether
Yeah.
it's yours or Pokemon in the wild. You just take photos of Pokemon, and that seems very cool. But
yeah, and then it probably gets registered. I don't know. Judging by the trailer, I think that is how it works. And
It gets registered in the
honestly,
photo that's.
yeah, so I'm not excited for the game, but it seems like a cool concept.
I mean, if it's free, then I definitely get this thing because you know.
No, Pokemon Snap is $60.
I'm sorry, but well, there's Pokemon Quest, which is free. So why is this one at $60?
Because it's a new game of a new installment. While Pokemon Quest was kind of just a thing that happened.
Yeah, but still.
Spin-offs aren't like
I did.
spin-offs aren't just like the things you can throw for free.
I mean, there's Pokemon Go, which is free, and then some other shit that
Yeah,
Pokemon
but, like-
Home, free.
At least like those have microtransactions, which that you actually just pay for. But this, like, nah.
I can just search up Google images of those wild Pokemon and already have more. Much of the
You've
same
already
experience.
played Pokemon new Pokemon Snap just by looking up pictures.
I mean, yeah,
Yes, basically. Just why it's not really that worth it. Also, if you want to look at cute wild Pokemon, then sure.
yeah, you do have a point though.
At least the graphics look good.
Yeah, the very least.
Better than Sword and Shield, honestly.
Alright.
So yeah, the Pokemon Snap. It was an old
better.
title made in 1999 for the N64, as someone said.
I know, I know that Pokemon.
I've
Snap
also
is
never
good.
played it, but it seemed like a nice concept, so I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Besides, it looks nice. The remake,
It's not a remake; it's a sequel.
like yeah, but it looks nice.
It looks nice. Yes, that's the point. Alright, so we're gonna move on to Gigantamax, Pikachu, Max Raid battles, and Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that Pokemon Snap releases on April 30th, 2021, but you can pre-order now. So now we're gonna move on to the Gigantamax, Pikachu, Max Raid battles, and Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Okay, so while I'm pretty sure this event is already over, but it's not. Dynamax Pikachu isn't a thing. It's just a fat Pikachu, a big fat Pikachu that
Chubby
smashes,
Pikachu.
that smashes things with its tail, and it's not necessarily the best thing out there. And I understand that this is just an event they can do, but they did this before with Cramorant and Zeraora, and the Zeraora event was pretty cool because when you defeated, I think it was 1 million Zeraoras, not you, but like as a community, you beat 1 million Zeraoras, you were given a shiny Zeraora. So that was cool, but like nothing else was made out of it. So, they did take the concept and just made a Cramorant event and a Pikachu event, and that's not really as cool as shiny Zeraora, you know?
I do not care, okay? I've only done one raid battle of a Gigantamax Pokemon, I don't know, and I enjoyed it, but I'm just starting Sword and Shield, so I don't care. Also, I've always been asking myself that, how does Pikachu have a Dynamax form or Gigantamax, and it's not fully evolved yet, considering that many of the Pokemon with like
Gigantamax Pokemon are just Dynamax Pokemon that just turn on illusions and make themselves look different, so they look intimidating or something.
Yes, but most of the Pokemon that do that are fully evolved, and then you got Eevee, Meowth, Pikachu, not fully evolved and still use Dynamax. Like, doesn't even make any sense when you think about it.
Yeah, it makes sense if you know what Gigantamax is.
Yes, but it's like if you expect like a Gigantamax evolution to destroy everything, or a Gigantamax version, I don't know. It just pisses me off and just irritates me.
Alright, so Gigantamax Pikachu Max Raid battles, it's available now. You can do it right now. So now we're gonna move on to the promotion on Pokemon Cafe Mix.
Cafe. Okay, it's just giving you some like premium currency. I'm pretty sure. But Cafe Mints was a game that I tried on launch day, and then I never looked at it again.
I don't care.
Do you know the game? It was a game where you match things in a little like jar, and then you keep matching like these things that keep moving around. It's like Jokai, whatever. Like there was a Jokai Wash game that was like that on mobile, and it's just like that, but it's like a mix of that with Candy Crush. It's not a game I would ever like replay, you know, and I haven't played it since. So I haven't played it since launch day.
Okay.
They keep adding Pokemon so they can become your employees, but that's pretty much
Wait,
it.
but
More slave labor.
you can like the Pokemon become your employees? Like it.
Yeah, it's okay. Cafe Myth is about building your own cafe to make it like Pokemon and human friendly. So you employ, so you serve the cafes to, or you serve things to the Pokemon, and if they like you enough and they like the establishment enough, they join you as an employee. And the Pokemon has different perks that help you.
Alright. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not great, but that's not bad. Alright, Pancakes, what do you think of Pokemon Cafe, man?
Yeah, I've only heard about it once or twice and never caught my interest, so that's a big no for me.
Alright, this seems fair enough. Okay, so anyone who is interested in Pokemon Cafe Mix, it is available now. Now, we're gonna move on to an event in Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Well, I only got into it recently. I played it since pretty much launch in the US. Because when Pokemon Go came out in the US, I was in the US, so I could just play it.
So, I'm pretty sure the event was Mewtwo, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. So I got. So, in Pokemon Go, I actually caught Mewtwo and Mewtwo's. I actually caught Mewtwo's and more Mewtwo's, but I just caught Mewtwo's.
That's all you did, just catch Mewtwo.
Apart from that, I just caught a Zapdos. That's it. I just caught Mewtwo's. I got like a shit ton of Mewtwo's.
Okay. Anyone else?
During that event, my house is filled with Pikachus.
Oh yeah.
And I just kept catching one after one after one.
The Pikachu thing, yeah. I got a Raichu.
I showed you an entire village of Pikachus. I caught them all, and guess what? I got a Raichu now. It's my strongest Pokemon.
Yeah. Hopefully both Pokemon are
It's a good way to get it. That's a good way to get your Pokemon.
Actually,
Yeah, I mean, look at my profile picture to begin with. It's a Raichu.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I actually have done some really good progress on Pokemon Go. I got a shit ton of Mewtwo's. I got Groudon, Kyogre, amongst other legendaries. And I got a shiny Eevee. That was lucky. That was very lucky. But then I evolved it into an Umbreon because I just love the colors of shiny Umbreon. So I got shiny Umbreon. I recently I actually opened the Melton box and I finished off my remaining Melton candy and actually got a Melmetal, so that's pretty good.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's about it in my Pokemon Go story. Alright.
Okay.
So that was the event in Pokemon Go. I'm pretty sure it's not available. Mewtwo is already gone. You can get the.
Yeah, now it's Landorus. For the time of recording, now it's Landorus in
now.
raids.
So, yeah, no more Mewtwo's for now. So.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do
Unless you started an interesting development quest, and you can get your hands on a Shadow Mewtwo.
Alright, so that's the event in Pokemon Go. Now we're gonna move on to Champion Leon in Pokemon Masters.
Pokemon Masters was a game that I'm kind of still playing. It's mostly like an RPG game, like an actual RPG game. And while it is fun, It is definitely not pay to win because you get given a ton of like the premium currency. You can just keep getting characters. So in reality, you don't have to pay for anything. So it's one of those games that you can just play and you keep like getting stuff, and you don't have to pay a dime. So it's really cool. But I don't play it as much as I used to.
Pancakes.
And Champion Leon is a good character, and obviously it's one of those characters that needed to be added. So I'm glad to see him.
This came as a surprise to me because I didn't expect Champion Leon to be in Pokemon Masters.
I'm just starting Sword and Shield like always and never played Pokemon Masters, but I obviously did see Trainer Leon, and I enjoyed him, so kinda glad that he's in.
Yeah. So Champion Leon in Pokemon Masters is available now. Now we're gonna move on to some particular topic, no particular topic, which
No, but
did you guess that right? Yes, you did. We're gonna talk about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. Yes, I'm waiting so long for this.
At first, I didn't like the aesthetic. The graphics are fine. The gameplay, fine. It is just when it came to the aesthetic of the characters. The Pokemon, honestly, they're fine.
Okay.
It's just like the humans that I don't like. I don't like them, but I don't like hate them.
I still think it should have been. I still think it should have been named the other way around: Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl.
So we were
Honestly,
in a voice chat, and when at first instance, Mercury was like, you know what, this is shit. He even made a tweet about it. But then, you know, as time came, he became used to the aesthetic. He doesn't like it, but you think it's decent, right?
Yeah, I got used to it pretty quick. It's still weird to me because I see it and I'm like, these look like Funko Pops.
They look like Lego Duplo people.
okay. So honestly, I'm looking forward to this game because I never experienced Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and seeing them on the Switch is really good. And honestly, the humans' designs, like Mercury said, they look bad, but still good because I was.
For me, they should have used. The
modern designs,
the
like
models. The models from the battles. The models from the battles look really good.
Yeah, but seriously, I'm actually pretty hyped up for these games. If I were to choose one of them, then I'd say I'd go for Diamond.
You know what? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I
for
don't go for
both.
Diamond.
Okay, so you know, my opinion. I played Pokemon Pearl. I played Pokemon Platinum. I love the game, and I'm super excited ever since I saw even the freaky character. I like every aspect of these new remakes, and I'm just so down for this. I'm gonna cop both. I'm just gonna cop both. They're just so good. I want to catch both of them. And you know, I saw something weird. I was talking this with Mercury. Well, it's not weird. It's a little bit sus that when in the last part of the trailer, you can see a statue. Normally, there's a statue depending on the game of Dialga and Palkia, but now.
No, it's not depending on the game. It's like there's the same statue, but if you color it with the colors of Dialga and Palkia, it looks like Dialga or it looks like Palkia.
I mean the actual the old games, not this one. So, when you and in this one, it's a little bit different, but in the old games, that's what I'm talking about. Depending on the game, you have a different statue. Anyway, point is, it's a little bit weird. It might be two things, such as Mercury said. Either way you paint it, it's if you paint it blue or the colors of Dialga, it's Dialga, and if you painted the colors of Palkia, it's gonna be Palkia. But what if there was a fusion? That'd be super interesting. What if, you know, like Akira?
Yeah, because when I looked at the statue, it looked to me like a fusion of both Dialga and Palkia.
That'd be so damn cool. It will make this game 10 times better. Because imagine a fusion of Dialga.
Although it isn't a saving grace for me, I would
the
definitely
remake
look,
already
would
is
definitely
just a
look for it.
saving for grace for me. It's just you know what? Even if the game is shit, I'm gonna copy it. But that specific sighting, you can say that hey, it might actually be a fusion. It might not. I'm not guaranteed.
It might just be like
Yeah,
might just be trying to recreate the statue, and them not knowing how to do it, so they just
But
combine the
what
both.
if it is a fusion? And that's what gets me super down to it. All right, so
Okay, so
So the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Oh boy. The Diamond and Pearl remakes are nice. Everything is nice. The only thing that I don't like, I mean, the chibi aesthetic is the chibi theme is fine. The only thing I don't like is the text boxes. They just look underdeveloped.
I mean,
not even the characters.
Like no, the characters are fine. I don't care about the chibi aesthetic, but my god,
No, I'm fine with a chibi aesthetic.
Yeah,
I just don't like
characters
how the
do not
characters look.
they
Yes.
If it was more like XY chibi style, I would be completely fine with it.
yeah.
But they look like
yeah,
children.
They are children, but
They
yeah.
are children. They are children, but they're not. But they,
Yeah,
look like very young.
toddlers.
They look like they're 6.
4-year-olds.
And thing is, Diamond and Pearl are like some of the darkest games in the franchise. So imagine one of those moments where it's just like you enter the distortion world or something, and it's in this chibi style.
that's gonna be like facing one of the giants in Link's Awakening.
Imagine you go into the tomb of Regigigas, and it's just in this chibi style, and you look at Regigigas. And if it's scaled down or something, it's gonna look weird.
They look really small, but oh well. I mean, I once again I'm all down for the game. I'm gonna buy both because I'm so excited. So, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl releases on late 2021. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Good easy
I
Diamond.
cannot wait.
Jojo.
So I'm super excited for that. But now we're gonna go to an even better, some might say, game.
The best Pokemon game that the Game Freak has done in this time period,
Yeah,
and it
people
hasn't even
are-
come out yet.
You know, it looks so amazing. And
There's only one person that hates this game. His name is Rosify, and he's a jackass. So we don't follow him.
He just has a mental illness. That's it.
okay, so you guys know the game. We all know the game. It's Pokemon Legends Arceus. Oh my god, I feel so good to say that.
The game, it is not okay. It is. I said that an open world game for Pokemon is not possible. The Pokemon game people are thinking that's open world for Pokemon is still not possible, unless you're gonna do it on a PS5 or Xbox Series X. It's not possible. But this is a good place to start. Not only are you giving more lore to Sinnoh, but you're putting Pokemon from other regions into Sinnoh. Like the starters aren't
they're
Turtwig,
not.
Chimchar,
They're
and
not.
Piplup. They are Rowlet,
Yes.
Cyndaquil, and
Yes.
Oshawott.
So, and let's not even talk about open world. Let's not even talk about
Okay,
that.
stop. Okay, honestly, you know how Rowlet is like the starter in Alola? Do you think it's gonna have a Sinnoh form? Like regional form?
Because they showed just a normal Rowlet.
Okay. I mean, it kind of happens.
Also, they fixed Cyndaquil. He has the flames.
The flames
For
are back.
goodness sakes, yes!
Because in the original 3D model, the flames aren't like put on. They're just like static, and the flames aren't
Yeah, I
there.
remember it.
They fit Cyndaquil. I cannot wait to see Typhlosion with the flames
Typhlosion without the
ignited.
flames look pathetic. No joke.
Imagine Typhlosion, and he looks just menacing with those flames
looks
turned
really
on.
good. And you know, when I was watching the trailer, You know, I thought it would end there. And I was honestly very satisfied. But then you go through the clouds. You go through the damn clouds, and then my favorite part, because I love this Pokemon, and then you see the majestic Arceus. Oh my god, this trailer is amazing.
I too love Arceus.
Arceus is like a very mythical Pokemon. My favorite
Pokemon. And no, what we thought is that Arceus is gonna get his like episode in the Sinnoh remakes, like with like a Giratina episode, and then Arceus like comes in at the end. No, he's getting his game. He's getting a game 15 years after he debuted. Which honestly, it's late, but never too late.
Once again, excited for this game. Oh my god.
I cannot wait for it to come out. I want to just run around Sinnoh. I want to run around ancient Sinnoh.
Mechanic of catching Pokemon here seems a little bit different for me. I don't know if it's similar to Pokemon Sword and Shield, once again, because I did not buy the game, because...
No, it's not different.
Okay,
Sword and Shield is much more traditional.
You just see the wild Bidoof, which I'm seeing a picture right here, and they just roam around. What the...
In Sword and Shield, they also are in the overworld, and they just roam around. So, but in this, you can actually just throw a Pokeball at them.
So, you can throw a damn Pokeball at it, and you can fight. Not in a like forced situation. You can just throw your Pokemon. I think, right? I think you can just throw out your Pokemon. You can fight, weaken the Pokemon, then catch it. That is amazing. I'm all down for that. I forgot.
And it makes sense because it's ancient Sinnoh, so they have to do that. Instead of making it like much more potent than the Pokeballs, they have to weaken it down because the Pokeballs aren't as strong.
Yeah. But overall, I'm very excited for the game. Super excited.
I'm very much excited for this game. Whatever Versify says is wrong. Don't follow that guy.
Alright. So, Pokemon Legends Arceus, a game I'm very excited about. Releases on early 2022, sadly. Gosh, darn. I wish it was like in this. Well, you know what? I can wait. For
You say it's gonna. You would have wanted it to be the game.
I can wait. It's
year.
such a good game that I can wait for it. So now we're gonna move on to the final topic, but certainly the least. We're gonna talk about Post Malone's virtual Pokemon concert.
It's disappointing.
People who actually like Post Malone and Pokemon will find this concert amazing because the visuals, as you might know, were amazing, and honestly, he's singing one of his most iconic songs. So, it wasn't bad. The visuals were amazing, but once again, it wasn't great.
It was just old music with Pokemon visuals in it, and like some mythical and legendary Pokemon showed up, like Lugia, Celebi, and Groudon.
But it was
so
not
yeah. It wasn't as bad as people say. Well, it's just a Post Malone look kind of weird.
Comedy? Yeah. The Post Malone concert.
You can watch it now, and well, Post Malone isn't the only person that's gonna do music for Pokemon, as Katy Perry and J Balvin.
So I'm not excited for the Katy Perry one, but the J Balvin one will not be bad at all. I actually like his aesthetic. So, and I like how he sings. I mean, wait, no, I don't like how he sings. Right, like the way you guys can understand that. I'm pretty sure you guys won't, but I can feel it. So anyway, I think it's gonna be cool. Both of them. So, yeah.
Okay. So, well, the album for Pokemon, the 25th anniversary album for Pokemon is coming out autumn. So if you guys want to listen to that, expect that
Yeah.
to come out later this year.
All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. What do you guys think? We wrap it up?
Yeah,
it was
it's
a good
been
episode.
quite a while.
Not the longest, certainly,
Yeah.
but it was a really good episode. Once again, I'm super excited for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl, and obviously excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So
Okay.
we'll have to wait. All right. Any final thoughts?
See you guys on the next one.
Any final thoughts?
Alright.
Pokemon is good.
Yeah.
Unless it isn't sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's it.
Yeah, I always enjoyed Pokemon, and currently it's at my highest interest right now, and hopefully it gets better from now because I am starting to like Pokemon
Yeah,
again.
Me too. I'm buying a Switch for Pokemon, so they better not let me down. If
Yeah.
I don't think they will. I think they're.
At
I
least
think,
not
I
in the
think
Pokemon
they're
Legends
on their
Arceus
peak
and
right
the
now.
Pokemon, and the Pokemon Sinnoh remakes. But at least if I buy any other games, I hope
Yeah.
they let me down. But anyway, I'm super excited for this. I'm all down for it, and yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed. We enjoyed it as well. So we'll see you guys in the next one. This is the voice of the Media Buffet host. Hello, listeners. My name is Piwi, and welcome to another Media Buffet episode. I'm here joined by Mercury, Akira, and Pancakes, and today we're gonna discuss Daft Punk Split, Pyra Mythra, and Reddit GameStop Surge. How are you guys?
I am very fine, thank you, and glad to be on this episode.
Yeah, same here. First time here, but we're gonna try to make it out. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a newcomer here, but he'll do just fine.
Hopefully.
I know he
Yeah.
is. I trust.
Damn.
I trust
Yeah.
this man. I trust this man. All right.
Yeah, I'm also here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Okay.
Ah, yes, you
I'm
and
also
Pancakes.
here. Okay, so
Thank you for making
Oh.
your existence known.
we're gonna start off the topics, and we're gonna start out with our first topic, which is Daft Punk Split.
Never listened to Daft Punk. I very much know their existence my entire life. All I know about Daft Punk is that it's from a Fact Bean episode that some singer sampled, well, not really sampled, more like stole a piece of their music, called it a remix, and they made a song about it. And then Daft Punk just roasted them.
So yeah,
In my book, Daft Punk are pretty much badass robots who sing.
task failed successfully.
Badass robots. Well, to be completely
And,
honest, I when I was a kid, I heard a lot of Daft Punk. I wasn't like a daily listener, but every time I was in the car, I would probably bump him
Yeah.
and shit. But I wasn't shocked at when they released that new, cause I just knew it was someday coming. Like I wasn't that surprised, but it did shock me, cause like that was like how you say it in English, like it reminds me back in the day when I used to bump them, and it was kind of sad at least.
Yeah. So
That brings back memories.
Exactly.
I have an article right here.
It's nostalgic. That's the word.
Yeah, I have an article right
Ah,
here by CNN that says Daft Punk are splitting up after nearly 3 decades. The French dance duo's longtime publicist confirmed to CNN on Monday. Catherine Frazier told CNN that reports the pair were retiring were true, but gave no reason for the split. So they had no
So
reason.
basically,
They were
they just
originally gonna-
decided to split one day, and they just like
Yeah, they split up.
let's do it.
Alright.
And they
We
just
have no
did it.
reason behind it, but let's
Yeah,
just do it
Yeah,
anyway.
but the thing is about
I mean,
Yeah, so
thing
the-
about
I
Daft Punk
haven't
is
heard
they haven't
a lot
done
of Daft Punk since the news. I just thought they was already
haven't-
like
they
separated
haven't
for
done-
like a good time now, since quarantine started and all.
they haven't done an album in 8 years, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna do an album in last year," but they never did. And then this
It's
year
been
they're not
28
split up.
years. That's like
and they produced their album 20 years into their last album 20 years into their career. So, and they said, oh, we're gonna do one last year or well 2020. They never did, and then this year they split up, and that's the split up. So.
At least they could have dropped the album and then split up.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, I don't think they ever made the album. They just said we're gonna do one, and then they never did.
So yeah, here's my take on the issue. I wasn't a daily listener of Daft Punk, similar to Akira. I only really listened to 2 songs ever because I get lucky in blurred lines. But
you
it's
never heard the one
not...
with The Weeknd?
I've probably heard a dozen more Daft Punk songs without knowing that they're from Daft Punk.
Damn.
So yeah, the only other song I've heard is what was its name again? Giorgio by Moroder, and that's the one where it says, "My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but most people call me Giorgio," and you know where it goes from there.
I didn't know that was from a Daft Punk song. So when I looked it up, I was like, "This is Daft
Yeah,
Punk," and then when I looked it up,
Mostly.
I was like, "Wait, this is from Daft Punk?"
Yeah.
Ironic that it was trending at the same time the guys split up. But anyways, yeah, Daft Punk. Really not a fan of EDM, but they were actually a pretty good band, like duo band, and
I won't say
I actually like them a bit. Yeah, their music.
I won't say that I never listened to their music. I have. It's just
You
very
just don't
minimal.
remember the names and what time you heard them, right?
Yeah, but I know what they sound like.
Alright. So,
Their sound is
they're-
very unique,
and they're
I would
good.
say. Cause like there's a
Yeah,
lot of like
they're very
techno DJs and all, but the way they just produced the tracks was so different. Like it was refreshing to the scene. So
Fun fact,
not a
they
lot of
actually
people
did
were doing the same thing like they was doing. I could say they even inspired a lot of people.
that's a really interesting
Yeah,
take.
they seem like those
That's
kind of.
a really
Yeah, fun
interesting-
fact.
They seem like a kind of duo that would like inspire people to do more
Yeah.
techno music.
Fun fact, they actually did a song with Pharrell Williams, who was also the person behind the song "Happy" from the Despicable Me 2 movie.
I just remember
Pharrell
I just remember the guy that stole a piece of Daft Punk music. It's called Will I Am.
Will I Am?
Will I Am stole
Who's
from
him?
Daft Punk.
That's the guy behind. That's the guy behind Scream and Shout.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
Well, Will I Am stole music from Daft Punk, and then
Oh,
said it was,
damn,
and then he
they
said it
were
was a
caught.
remix. They were caught, and Will I Am was fine.
They were caught in 4K.
Damn.
Alright, so that's Daft Punk over there. So
That's sad
That's
when you're like when your music career is going good, you get caught lacking stealing somebody else's music.
yeah.
That's just sad.
Alright.
Like just produce your
Like,
own
sampling
stuff,
is
or
fine.
at least ask for a collab and do a feature.
Or at least ask for sampling. You know, like
Exactly.
then giving
But
you like
don't steal
a piece
like
of their
that,
music
'cause,
legally.
like, damn,
Yeah. Alright.
that's just stupid, and it will hurt your career in general.
Alright. So we're gonna move on to a totally different topic, but surely interesting one. We're gonna move on to Pyra and Mythra.
The new Smash character.
You know, I gave my
It's
opinion. I'm sorry. I
not
gave my
really-
opinion on this first. Once again, I love the way she transforms. That's a huge hitter for me.
Okay. Well, I never really played Xenoblade. I saw clips. Most of my arguments from the direct episode
Yeah.
carry on here. What about statements?
Yeah, and my take on this is that the Pyra and Mythra reveal, it was interesting. Most people thought it was going to be Rex, but it actually turned out being Pyra and Mythra. But today was the presentation for her moveset, and it was actually pretty interesting. A bit more unique than other sword fighter characters, as the community would say. It's actually pretty nice. But then again, this is the community's logic. If it's not popular, it sucks. So I don't think by that logic, because any character can be welcome as long as they're from a game. The greater Sakurai has said it himself. Besides this, they revealed the Mii costumes, and they turned out to be 5 costumes actually from the Monster Hunter series and 1 costume from the Ghosts and Goblins series.
Alright. Yeah, you know, I was talking with one of my friends and we were actually very into this topic about when the Smash character was being revealed. You know, in all due seriousness, we were really rooting for Mickey Mouse for Smash. Man, I'm not kidding.
Why Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse be goated.
Mickey Mouse.
You guys know that.
Where the contenders that were in?
Okay, so
No, there were no contenders. Like Sakurai just picks out whichever he
So-
wants to test the block.
Imagine in the next reveal trailer they go, "Oh boy, I got into Smash."
you know, Mickey Mouse and Smash. You know, I'm all down for that. Also, Lightning McQueen and Smash. You know, I'm down for that also. So I'm gonna be looking out for.
That wouldn't fit. To be
I'm gonna be
honest.
looking forward for those 2 characters to go to Smash.
Okay.
That's just weird. Imagine. Wow. Of all the characters you could think of, why Lightning McQueen?
Lightning McQueen is goated.
No, yeah. I
Anyways,
know that.
all memes aside, I really think that Xenoblade actually needed a bit more representation onto the game. Same with Final Fantasy, but Sephiroth. So yeah.
Yeah. So you talked about a little bit about the Mii costumes, right?
Yeah, 6 Mii costumes are going to be released alongside Pyra and Mythra. 4 from
It's 4. It's 4. It's 3 from Monster Hunter, 1 from Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, counting the duos as 1, it's 4. 3 from Monster Hunter and 1 from Ghosts and Goblins. People have been saying, due to a recent leak, that the remaining 2 characters are going to be 1 from the Crash Bandicoot series and 1 from the Monster Hunter series. This pretty much deconfirms the Monster Hunter series because Nintendo has a tradition of releasing Mii costumes for characters that they're not going to add.
F for Monster Hunter.
That doesn't deconfirm them because the gear is from Monster Hunter World, not Rise.
Yeah, but it pretty much deconfirms the characters from Monster Hunter World. So yeah, we might still get a Rise rep.
Damn.
I mean, World was never part of Switch lineup, so it makes sense why they put World gear instead of Rise gear.
Yeah. It makes sense, actually.
Alright.
So yeah, that's just my take on how Monster Hunter, the Hunter from Monster Hunter, is not deconfirmed just yet.
You have the slimmest of chances that it might.
I have the faith because I know the costumes are from Rise.
Alright.
So yeah, actually before we move topics, I also wanted to comment a bit on that leak I was talking about. There was recently a leak. I don't know from where, but it's a leak, and it states that Nintendo, after all the DLC fighters are revealed, which there's 2 left, and after all of them are revealed, they state that they're going to do a virtual concert with 1 track for each fighter. So it's going to be around 70 something to 80 something tracks on the actual virtual concert, 1 for each fighter in order. Before Pyra and Mythra were revealed, the final 3 tracks read a track from I don't remember the names, but they were a track from Xenoblade Chronicles, a track from the Crash Bandicoot series, and a track from Monster Hunter. What happened after this? Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles were announced. So yeah. Think what you want, but this leak may be a bit credible.
Okay, so now we have an idea of what to expect.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, Pyra and Mythra and the Mii costumes are available now. So, get that DLC when you can. Now we're gonna move on to the final topic, but certainly not least, the Reddit GameStop surge.
I don't know much about this topic,
me
so I'll
neither.
let others.
I'm actually very interested to hear about this, but I don't know about it.
I have heard of it. I know what's going on. I just don't know what is going on. I know what's happening. You know. but I don't know how it happened or what it all means.
Okay, so you guys know that meme from Clone Wars where the drone sits on the control panel and says, "Guess I'm in charge now." That's me right now.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because I'm actually the one that suggested this topic, and let me just say this. This shows the power of Reddit, and I'm not saying this in any normie way. I actually mean it, because yeah, Twitter has the power to cancel someone within 2 days, but Reddit is also a force to be reckoned with, because the ability for a Reddit mob, a mob of investors from Reddit out of all social medias, to actually increase the price of stocks from GameStop and AMC, which is an American movie theater company, and it's actually just mind-blowing, man. You know, it reached to the extent that Robinhood, the app that they were mainly using to buy the Reddit stocks, locked the ability to buy stocks of GameStop and AMC, but allowed selling for only a limited amount of people and amount. A summary is that it's doing the opposite of the actual Robinhood tale, which is to take money from the rich and give it to the poor. The Robinhood app is taking money from the poor and giving it to the rich because apparently they don't like Reddit.
So it's basically like a movie, but in real life, right? Like
yeah, I'm not gonna say that in a liberal way because there's actual evidence that this happened, but yeah, it's just that because yeah, I've been on Reddit for a long time and I can vouch for this.
You can say it happened.
Yeah.
Sad.
Like if I've been in, like if my grandkids ask me about Grandpa, what is the Reddit GameStop surge of 50 years ago? I will cry tears of joy.
Okay. I don't think they will ever answer a question that.
They might.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this probably be forgotten, or maybe it'll be like the thing. Oh, this brought back GameStop because GameStop is pretty much dying at this point.
Yeah, and so is AMC because
the GameStop is still alive. Because people don't anymore buy games from there.
People buy stuff like from Amazon or Walmart,
or just online on the
or just digitally.
Exactly.
Or just off the actual stores, like the official PlayStation site or the official Xbox site.
Yeah.
They just buy the physical version from there.
Yeah.
Because they know that they have it in stock. Because why wouldn't? Because they have they know it's there. So they know they can trust it to just not, oh, well, there's a shortage. And people are already getting this, so they know it's there.
Yeah, I think
But I still don't think that GameStop is saved. That's my take. That GameStop isn't saved.
Nah, it was just a boost.
GameStop is still gonna close down
Eventually.
hopefully. I don't like GameStop was fun when it lasted, but like they're just not as fun anymore. Like I've gone to a GameStop recently, like in the US.
I mean,
before this whole thing happened. I have never gone out of this country.
GameStop is nice, but the only thing I didn't like about them is that you could take like $20-$60 gains that you didn't want anymore, and the trade price would have been like 2 cents for all of them.
Yeah, legit.
It's probably because they bring it used. They bring it used, so it's instantly worth less.
No, that's
But not
true.
that
But like,
less.
bro, they do be underpaying for that. It's not even worth trying to.
Yeah, if it were like $60, I would have put it for like 40 or 30.
I would
And
say
if it were like
20
40 or
if it's
30,
used, but like $10 or stuff, bro, that's a scam.
Thing is, if you bring it back, if you didn't just like the game, you bring it back the next day. It's barely used.
Yeah, but they still charge you like 1 cent.
Like you used it,
They still
like
give you like
20
1
months.
cent.
So,
Even if you buy it in the same day and just walk it back in the store, they're still gonna give you like 1 cent.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've never sold any used game. I only bought one, and it was cheap as hell. It was a Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. It was basically new, but they just charged it $5. I think it was when GameStop was back in their country. Yeah, $5.
Oh wow.
For Alpha Sapphire.
The last used game I remember buying from GameStop was Super Mario 3D World all the way back in 2015, and it was like
I'm pretty sure
40.
I traded an Xbox game into GameStop, and what I got from it was Lego Lord of the Rings and Sonic Unleashed.
The last time I was in GameStop in general, it was like when I bought a hunting game for Wii U, like back in like 2014, 2015. But it was a good ass game. I'm not even gonna lie. It was used. It was for like $5
You're
or
satisfied.
$10 only. But
Yeah, I mentioned the time about Mario 3D World, but the last time I went to GameStop ever was in 2018, because 2018, as some of you might know, was the year of legendary Pokemon, and every month they gave out a specific legendaries for specific games. And I still have the code here that I never used, and it expired months ago. It was for Latios and Latias for Sun and Moon.
You never had the game to redeem it, or you just didn't want to redeem it?
I had the game and I knew how to redeem it. I just didn't redeem it.
Dumbass.
That's sad.
Yes, it is.
Anyways,
Yeah,
that's our story with GameStop.
that was it for today's episode. It was a short one, but certainly not a boring one. Not a bad one. No, yeah, definitely.
Not a bad one.
I always have fun doing these episodes. I hope you guys too. Just a hobby that we use for fun and working hard every day.
So yeah, it was actually pretty nice to be in this episode.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up. Once again, hope you guys had fun. We did have fun. And we're gonna catch you in the next one. See ya.
Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this new episode of Media with Faith. Today, I'm joined by Pancakes and Yesi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks very much.
I'm good.
All right, today we'll be covering the brand new Marvel Studios show, WandaVision. And, well, we're going to start off with the recap of each episode, starting with episode 1. And here we go.
I feel like this should be obvious, but there are major spoilers for WandaVision in this episode about WandaVision. So
Yes,
if you don't want to hear us talk about WandaVision without being spoiled about WandaVision, go watch WandaVision before you hear us discuss WandaVision.
Thank you for that commentary. Let's start off with a recap of episode 1. Filmed before a live studio audience. The episode starts off with a new Marvel Studios intro, detailing certain moments from the MCU's past that aren't the ones in the Phase 3 intro. And then the logo turns to a 1950s version. And then the first shot of the actual show shows Wanda and Vision, who are recently married, moving to Westview. Then we see them in their home, with Wanda washing the dishes using her powers. One of the plates smashes on Vision's head. Wanda makes a comment on the durability of Vision's head, probably after Thanos tore off the Mind Stone. Vision then makes a comment about a heart on the calendar on the date of August 23rd. They both don't know what it means. Wanda is visited by her neighbor Agnes after Vision goes to work. Agnes then introduces herself and makes a comment on how big the house is for only Wanda. And then Wanda corrects her by saying that she is married. Agnes then comments on how she doesn't see a ring on Wanda. Wanda reveals to Agnes that the heart on the calendar is referring to Wanda and Vision's anniversary. Agnes then makes several comments on her husband Ralph. Vision's workspace is later revealed, and he asks what they do in the company. Norm then reveals to Vision what they do. It's later revealed that the heart also signifying that they are having dinner with Mr. Hart, Vision's boss, and his wife Mrs. Hart. Then they make a comment on how Jones felt this rite of passage. Wanda and Agnes plan the anniversary dinner. Then Vision calls Wanda about the dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Hart. There's a misunderstanding between Wanda and Vision, as they both have different ideas of what the dinner would be. The first commercial of the series is shown advertising a toaster made by Stark Industries. It's the first time we see color in the series, with the red light coming from the toaster. Vision then welcomes Mr. and Mrs. Hart to their residence. Wanda confuses Mr. Hart with Vision. Vision and Wanda have to make a last-minute meal. Agnes then brings Wanda some food items, and Wanda then messes up the meals and has to improvise by making breakfast for dinner. Something I've never tried. Mrs. Hart asks where Wanda and Vision came from, when they got married, and why they came to Westview. Mr. Hart then chokes on a strawberry. Mrs. Hart looks at Wanda and tells her to stop it. Wanda tells Vision to save Mr. Hart and takes out the strawberry from his throat. Then Mr. and Mrs. Hart leave their home. The episode then ends with Wanda and Vision watching TV with a mysterious person watching them from an old TV. So what do you guys think of the first episode?
It was actually pretty decent, but I actually did not understand it at all. Like the WandaVision way of the storytelling, it's completely new to me because I've never seen anything like it before, and I admire its uniqueness, but I've never actually experienced it. So it's not that confusing and interesting.
Okay, so Yesi, your score, or your take?
Well, I don't. This episode, I had majors about it. The part of the guy choking and the wife saying stop it, but it ended up amounting to basically nothing. So it was a good introduction to the series, but it wasn't the most eventful episode.
Okay, so now I'm handing it off to Yesi to recap the second episode.
Well, we got into episode 2, Don't Touch That Dial, and the episode opens with Wanda and Vision sleeping. Then Wanda's woken up by a noise coming from the outside. Wanda then reveals that it was just a bird in the window. Wanda then unties both beds. Vision tells Wanda to turn off the lights and they go under the covers. Wonder what happened there. Then the animation intro, which is inspired by the sitcom named Bewitched. It shows Wanda and Vision preparing for what the Westview's talent show. Oh, and just to clarify, this is not the intro, it's just what happens after. It shows Wanda and Vision preparing for Westview's talent show, with Vision playing as the magician and Wanda as his assistant. Then both of them go into their respective meetings before Wanda leaves her home. She hears a thudding sound. She then goes outside to investigate and finds a red and yellow toy helicopter with a sword emblem printed on it. She inspects it and is later interrupted by Agnes, which has brought her a pet rabbit, Senior Scratchy, for Wanda and Vision to not attack. Agnes then has a weird interaction with the mailman, Dennis. After that, Agnes takes Wanda to meet Dottie. They then go to the meeting. Wanda then meets Geraldine, with them both sharing the thought of not knowing what they were even doing at the meeting. We then see Vision attending his meeting, with everyone attending not knowing he was coming. They then start talking about security protocols. The attendants then share some secret intelligence, and then Vision says something completely false. Herb then gives Vision some gum and makes him accidentally swallow. This jumps up Vision's inner workings. Wanda is then shown cleaning up after the meeting, with her hating the job. She then tries to speak about it with Dottie, but is skeptical about trusting Wanda, with Wanda assuring that her and Vision don't mean the people of Westview any harm. Ray doesn't believe her, and then a mysterious man appears through the radio that was nearby. When Wanda discovers the radio, the glass that he was holding shatters, making her blood red-colored blood. Wanda gives Dottie a white towel to cover the wound, and then Dottie leaves. The second commercial of the series plays, which advertises a watch named Strucker. The watch is named after Wolfgang von Strucker. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly, but I'm just gonna say Strucker because it makes more sense to me. Von Strucker. Then the man who gave Wanda theatrical powers, supposedly. It then cuts to Wanda at the talent show where Vision is with Geraldine trying to confront her. Vision then appears with a sort of drunk behavior. Vision then uses his power to impress the crowd with Wanda trying to keep their abilities a secret. After the cabinet of secret mystery acts goes wrong, Wanda delivers Geraldine instead the box. Wanda uses her power to get the gum out of Vision's inner workings. Wanda and Vision's act is later given an award for being the most hilarious act of them all. It is then revealed that Wanda is pregnant. Vision and Wanda hear a noise coming from the outside. They go to investigate the man wearing a beekeeper outfit with a sword emblem on it comes out of the sewer. Wanda then rewinds time and changes the aesthetic of the show from black and white to having color. The mysterious man's voice is heard again after this.
So, Yesi and Pancakes, what are your thoughts on this episode?
Well, on this episode, I again had more theories that, were kind of half right. Well, actually no. But about the rate.
They were just wrong. They were just wrong.
Just wrong about the radio, and we thought some secret organization was controlling one. Then somebody was trying to help her.
Like AIM.
Yeah, and then it ended up not being true, sadly. So,
when I was first at this part of the series, I actually thought that Wanda was being controlled. So the other way around, and being controlled by a random group, and the random commercials led me to believe that this was Hydra or any other group like that, but it turned out to not to be the case. But yeah, let's just keep going.
As both of these episodes released simultaneously, I want to give my thoughts on them both, and they're pretty much the same, so that's why I'm kind of bundling them together. These two episodes don't really add anything. They are good setups, like Yesi said. They're good setups, but they don't add anything. They usually set up and not do anything important other than setup. Which I guess the most important thing these two episodes did is introduce the concept of Billy and Tommy, which is fine, but these episodes don't really matter. They're just like, okay, we gotta put 50s and 60s, so let's do it in the first two episodes. Anyways, let's move on to episode 3 and its recap, read by me. Episode 3, Now in Color. The episode is in a 1970s sitcom-like aesthetic. And the episode proper begins with Wanda being visited by Dr. Nielsen and him determining that Wanda is 4 months pregnant. Vision is worried about being a father and asks questions to Nielsen about the pregnancy. Vision then tells Nielsen to keep Wanda's pregnancy a secret, with him telling Nielsen this after Nielsen said that he was going on vacation to Bermuda. Herm is trimming the hedges and goes just a bit overboard and starts cutting the wall. Wanda preparing the room for the babies when she feels the first kicks, with Vision telling her that she's now 6 months pregnant. Vision names the baby Billy, with Wanda disagreeing with him, with her wanting the name Tommy. Vision then calculates that the baby is going to be born in 3 days. Vision is preparing to be a father, with him changing the baby's diaper with his super speed. Wanda then feels false labor, with them starting to practice breathing exercises. After Wanda feels the false labor again, she starts moving objects around uncontrollably. Vision then approaches Wanda after he says that the whole block is out after what Wanda did. She worries that the neighbors might know that she did it. She's still suspecting that something is wrong with the life he's living, and then Wanda rewinds time so he never says this. Wanda then feels a real labor sensation after her and Vision almost kiss. Vision's theory about the baby arriving in 3 days being wrong. Of course. And Wanda then calms Vision after he gets nervous because of this with the breathing exercises they practice, which is the opposite of what they're supposed to do. The water pipes break because of this. Okay. The third commercial of the series plays with a mom having a tough time living. Can't disagree. The artist is a bath powder called Hydra Soak, which is in reference to the organization that Strucker worked for. The leaking then stops and Wanda uses her powers to dry the house after the leak. She then feels the sensation and tells Vision to call Nielsen. The phone's being down, Vision has to run to Nielsen's home. A stork is then manifested after this, and then Geraldine visits Wanda. Wanda wears a jacket to conceal her pregnancy from Geraldine, with the jacket changing materials after each sensation. Geraldine tells Wanda a story about how she got hired. As Geraldine is telling a story, Wanda's trying to keep the stork that she manifested away from Geraldine, but her powers don't work on the stork. After Geraldine tells the story, she goes into the room with the crib to look for office supplies, with her thinking it's still a spare room. She then notices the crib, and then Wanda feels the sensation again, telling Geraldine that the baby is coming. Vision then picks up Nielsen as he is repairing his car to go to the airport. Wanda then lays on the floor, and the objects around the house start moving around uncontrollably. After Wanda gives birth to the baby, the house appliances stop moving. Vision and Nielsen then come into the house with the baby already being born. Vision names the baby Tommy. When Wanda and Vision are about to kiss, it is revealed that Wanda is giving birth to twins, and that the second baby is coming. They immediately name the baby Billy, and Vision helps with Billy's birth. After Billy's birth, Nielsen determines that both babies are healthy. There's a comment how Geraldine handles the situation and how she has the capabilities to become a nurse. Vision takes Nielsen outside, with Nielsen making a comment on how hard it is to escape small towns and how he won't make his trip. Alluding to something important. Vision then notices Agnes and Herb whispering to each other, making comments on what was happening inside Wanda's house, and is then asked how Wanda gave birth to twins. What? And is then asked if Geraldine is inside with Wanda. I made a mistake there. With Vision saying yes. Geraldine then makes a comment on how Wanda gave birth to twins. Wanda then tells Geraldine how she's a twin and her brother was called Pietro. Wanda then sings a Sokovia lullaby to the babies. Geraldine then asked Wanda if Pietro was killed by Ultron, with Wanda being surprised to hear this. And then tells Vision how Geraldine has no family, husband, or home. Dun dun dun. Herb was about to tell Vision why Geraldine was in Westview, but he was caught off by Agnes. When they notices a sword necklace on Geraldine, asks her about it. Agnes and Herb then leave the conversation with Vision. When Vision enters, Geraldine is no longer there. Wanda makes an excuse on why she's not there. The episode ends with a town labeled Westview, with Agnes getting thrown out of a barrier in the town. Dozens of cars then surround her being dazed. What did you two think of this episode?
It was pretty confusing because we actually got a first glimpse of what the series was actually like, at least for a moment, because we got a bit confused by episode 3, but we actually figured it out as the series went on. But it was actually pretty nice. The only thing that interested me, however, is that as Wanda very notably moved Geraldine out of the complex, as she exited, we see Geraldine in her 70s outfit that she wore during her time in the Hex, as this space is called. However, we see that when things exit out of the Hex, they revert back to normal. Like in a later episode, a small portion of Sword's base is turned into a circus, with SWAT trucks being turned into ice cream trucks, personnel being turned into circus employees, and houses being turned into red and white tarps. So my question is, why didn't Geraldine or Monica's clothing revert back from the 70s clothing to the present day clothing?
Well, as shown with the space rover in episode 7, things can be changed by the heads and then going back. It's like if you enter the heads, you change, but if you exit it, nothing will happen. Because they explain that Wanda is altering how those things look like.
Interesting.
So, like actually materializing new looks using those materials, like how they explain in episode 4. No, not. I don't remember. How Geraldine's or Monica's pants in the heads were made of Kevlar from the bulletproof vest she was wearing. So it's not that it's new clothing. It's the same clothing with a different look. But that's beside the point. Yesi,
Well,
what are your thoughts on
following the
episode
trend of theories that were wrong. On this episode, I thought that Geraldine was actually the bad guy, because following my theory of the second episode, I thought Geraldine was the person controlling Wanda, and then Wanda kicked her out, and that was later revealed to be false, but that's what I thought of the Geraldine being kicked out. Also, this episode, the Tommy, not the Tommy, the babies, I thought was interesting. I thought they were gonna do more with it in the series, but they ended up not doing it. So they just led us to things that weren't true.
And sadly, they don't exist in the universe anymore. So, we did say there would be spoilers, so you can't blame us. The finale is like 4 days old, so if you don't have Disney Plus, I don't know.
Yeah, I did that very well explained commentary at the beginning to explain it all.
Yeah, just don't get mad at us for spoiling this 4-day finished series at this point. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said,
hats off to that.
Like I said, don't get mad for us spoiling Wanda's vision, because
Wanda's vision?
That WandaVision would yes. Don't get mad at us for discussing WandaVision on an episode about WandaVision. If you are going to get mad at us,
you can stop now. You can stop repeating it. Calm down.
Just watch WandaVision. WandaVision.
So, we're saying like don't spoil this because it's already been out, but for 4 days, we say like 4 days is a lot of time, but it really isn't.
I mean, people who keep up, they already watched it. Anyways, this episode for me, it wasn't much anything special. When I first watched it, I think I don't like even like not like witnessing a birth, but like slightly seeing it. I think it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to me. I didn't watch it. But birth in general makes me uncomfortable. So yeah, that's just my take. The first time I actually had to pause it. I could not watch it. But and introduced Billy and Tommy, which I gotta say, while they weren't the best characters, they were definitely good characters.
And they weren't even characters.
You could say they kind of were. Anyways, I'm gonna hand it off to Yesi to recap.
Okay, in episode 4, called "We Interrupt This Program," like all the times the episode has ended before. well, let's start talking about.
No, it ends with "Please stand by." The
Seriously?
ultimate enemy. Yeah, it ends with "Please stand by." The real villain of WandaVision is "Please stand by," and I will not.
7 minute
And I will not of that. The 7-minute long credit scenes was the worst.
Okay.
Anyways,
The episode
continue.
opens before the events of the first episode when Bruce Banner brings everyone back who died in the snap. Monica Rambeau, returning from Captain Marvel, is brought back by being snapped, as is everyone who disappeared during the snap. The hospital where Monica is located at is brought to chaos when everyone comes back. Monica then learns that her mother, Marion Rambeau, survived the snap but died 2 years later after the cancer came back. Monica then learns that she was victim of the snap. 3 weeks this moment was like really sad, at least for me, because imagine disappearing and then when you come back you think your mother is fine, but she actually died from cancer. So you must feel like really powerless and pretty depressed after that. 3 weeks after,
Yeah.
okay, 3 weeks.
Three
weeks after everyone is brought back, Monica goes to Sword HQ to meet with Taylor Hayward, Sword's acting director. Hayward then tells Sword has moved to making weapons to combat supernatural threats. Hayward then assigns Monica to help the FBI with a missing persons case, with him telling Monica that her mother believed that everyone's not away would come back and put restriction on those agents so that they could only be assigned missions on Earth. Hayward needs Monica to give the FBI one of their drones. Monica agrees and goes to the place where she'll meet with the FBI agent. Monica drives to Westview, New Jersey, and meets FBI Jimmy Woo, returning from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Jimmy tells Monica that the missing person is the Witness Protection Program and that family members had never heard of him. He then tells Monica to follow him to talk to some police officers who say that Westview isn't real and that they came from Eastview. Monica sends the drone to investigate the town, and then the drone disappears. Monica goes to investigate, and she is sucked into Westview by the barrier. A day later, Sword has set up a base near Westview and called some scientists to help. One of these scientists is Darcy Lewis, returning from Thor, The Dark World, the most annoying character in the series. She makes a comment on how Sword is not prepared for anything they're about to face after she learns about the other scientist fields. Agent Monty takes Darcy inside the base and she sets up gears. Darcy then discovers a high amount of CMBR, which she says is a safe limit for now. She then discovers a broadcast frequency and asks for an old TV. Agent Franklin is set to rescue through the sewer wearing a hazmat suit. It is later revealed that he was the beekeeper that came out of the sewer in episode 2 after being transformed by the barrier. Jimmy tells Hayward that he is not confident about sending an agent to rescue, saying that there is no reason to believe that the barrier does underground, with Hayward believing that there's no reason to believe it does. After not getting any useful visuals, stock laughing could be heard coming from Darcy's workplace. Darcy explains to Hayward what she did to get this and still not knowing if it's real or not. Hayward then goes back to Sword HQ. It is revealed that the mysterious person watching WandaVision in the first episode was Darcy taking notes. They start identifying the people in Westview. They discover that Mr. and Mrs. Hart is played by Todd and Sharon Davis, that Norm is played by Avila Stanton, that Jones is played by Harold Copter, that Beverly is played by Isabel Matsuega, and Herb is played by John Collins. They then discover Monica, who is revealed to play Geraldine in Westview. Darcy and Jimmy try to send a signal to Wanda through the radio in the second episode. It is revealed that the person who was talking through the radio in episode 2 was Jimmy Woo. Darcy called this mission a failure when the radio scene was censored from the broadcast. Darcy and Jimmy are watching the broadcast when Jimmy says that he can't believe that Wanda and Vision are having a baby. Darcy asks Jimmy if he wants to ship, but Jimmy misunderstands this as asking her if he ever wanted to any children. Darcy then says how Wanda having twins was a twist, and then later commenting how she's invested after Jimmy gives her a weird look. When Geraldine asks about Ultron, Darcy says to Jimmy that there has never been a reference for reality up until now. They notice that Geraldine isn't there and ask where she is, and they hear Anon saying that the barrier is being breached. It is later shown how Geraldine ended up outside the barrier, with Wanda throwing her out, making a hole in her house as she rebuilds. Vision then goes inside the house, and Wanda sees him as herself, who then Thanos ripped the Mind Stone from his head. Vision says that they could move somewhere else if something was wrong, but Wanda says that she can't and that Westview is their home. The Sword Agent is back only so. After being thrown out with Monica and saying it's Wanda doing all that. The episode ends with Wanda and Vision watching TV with the babies in their hands.
So, your opinions on the fourth episode?
The fourth episode, I thought it was when it was like getting really good, but one thing that I didn't like about episode 4 is the over explanation of everything, but didn't leave place to theories. Like, I wanted to theorize with people, but then when the military is introduced, they just say everything that's happening and what's what, and I didn't really like that very much, because I prefer like making theories with friends and not knowing what was gonna happen or what was happening and being left in the dark, so I can be left to my own device to figure out what's happening.
So, Pancakes, your opinion on episode 4?
Like I said, it was a bit it was a bit confusing because we just got adjusted to this theme of, hey, this is a fantasy created by Wanda. This is basically Wanda's vision, but yeah. I think that it's interesting that this was the first episode that did not start with a standard sitcom intro. Like, it actually started with reality. With the Monica scene and all that.
So, to me, this is still the best episode.
To me, episode 5 was the greatest.
To me, this episode is the best one. I like that they gave these characters that you think never show up again. Like, Monica would definitely show up again, but like Jimmy Woo and Darcy Lewis, like Jimmy Woo did maybe, even though he hasn't appeared in something Marvel in almost 3 years, and Darcy hasn't appeared in something Marvel in almost 8. So
interesting.
And Darcy was pretty forgettable, honestly. If you start from the Dark World, you probably forget about Darcy unless like
the most known character in the series.
And what I like about like Darcy, at least like she grew up. Grew up in the sense that she became much more professional than she was in the Thor movies. I mean, being upgraded from Jane Foster's intern to astrophysicist is definitely an upgrade that you should really, really get, because no one wants to be the assistant of Jane Foster. Because why would you want to do that? Because why do you want to hang out with Jane Foster? She just is not a good character in my eyes.
Just saying that for some reason, all I remember of Jane Foster was the beginning of Thor in the Dark World. I don't know what happened,
at the beginning, but all I remember is Four using his hammer to go into the real world, like Earth. And his first greeting, Jane Foster just walking to him and slapping him right in the face. That is all I remember of her.
Exactly.
That's sort of
Super
Dark
rare
World.
the toy movies are.
Yeah.
Like, I see
I watched
all I
the toy
remember of
movies
her.
until you mentioned them now, and I Darcy being in the Dark World until now.
You thought that Darcy was a new character?
I did, but until I think a week ago you told me about the tour movies and Darcy being there, and I remember the scene where they were, I think, in the eating something or drinking coffee, and then Darcy was with Jane. That's what I remember at least.
Damn. That's how you got up with the tour movies. Or
Yes,
you thought that Darcy was a new
she
character.
didn't have to be introduced. Like, she is annoying. I don't like her.
In the
What?
series or the Dark World?
WandaVision.
WandaVision or the
I
Dark
didn't
World?
even remember the Dark World. Nobody.
Who does? I mean, I do because it's so bad. When I sit down and watch bad movies, I have to stay
When
there.
I watch bad movies, I don't finish them because they're bad.
Understandable, but when I see a bad movie, I have to finish it to see how bad it gets.
It's comedy heaven, so
they're
bad it's
so
good.
bad that you don't want to watch them.
The only good Thor movie is Thor.
But Thor Ragnarok was really good.
At least Taika's returning for Thor 4, but sadly, Jane is gonna be in Thor 4.
Wow. How she gets killed.
I wonder how
in,
he's gonna
the
turn back
beginning
around.
of the movie.
She won't get killed. The mighty Thor storyline.
Terrible, good character.
Imagine
he just
Taika
gets
Waititi
killed
just fires Jane, actor. Imagine Taika Waititi just fires Jane Foster's actor just because the character is so bad.
I mean, Jane Foster was in Avengers Endgame for like a second, so.
Yeah, but that wasn't directed by them. That was directed by the.
No, but
what are these
Taika
guys
was like a
called?
producer on Endgame, so he had kind of an input because that's what they did. Because James Gunn was a producer on Endgame, for the Guardians.
Yeah. I guess it actually should already have come out if they didn't fire their very own director.
No, but Gunn was busy with the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
That's why he took a little bit to do.
He was also fired.
Guardians 3. Anyway, he was fired for like a few months.
The Guardians of the Galaxy movies were too good to like.
They changed their mind.
Director. But I mean,
yeah.
I think that he got depressed after being fired because he didn't. I didn't think he had the mind to do Suicide Squad because Suicide Squad was horrible, and I don't know how to.
No, he's doing the sequel to
like,
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is horrible. I think the second one is also gonna be pretty bad. Because
you don't care that James Gunn is directing. You think it's gonna be bad.
I don't trust him.
You don't trust in Gunn. We're now moving on to the 5th episode of WandaVision, which is called On a Very Special Episode. The episode starts with Wanda and Vision having a tough time taking care of the twins, with nothing working at the moment. Wanda tries using her magic to get them to sleep, but to no avail. Agnes then comes into the house to help to get the babies to sleep, right after Wanda says that they might need help with the situation. Vision then goes out of script and Agnes asks Wanda if she should just restart. All of them stand confused until it gets resolved. The crying then stops and realizes that the twins have aged up 5 years with Agnes still being there. an intro inspired by 80s sitcoms plays. It then goes back to the real world with Monica being asked by Hayward about her experience entering Westview. She's also being tested at this point in time. Jimmy and Darcy go to meet Monica at the med bay to see how she's holding up. She then tells Monica about a briefing, then a doctor tells Monica that something is wrong with the results she got from the test. Monica then gets changed to go to the briefing. The briefing bases Hayward telling them that Wanda is the primary victimizer, and Jimmy giving a summarized version of Wanda's past. Hayward then declares Wanda a terrorist, with Monica disagreeing. Hayward then shows footage of Wanda breaking the Sword HQ and stealing the Vision's corpse, or then directing him afterwards. The briefing is later dismissed. It then goes back into Westview, and Wanda discovers that Billy and Tommy have brought a dog into their house. The boys want to keep the dog, but Wanda says it's too big of a responsibility for them. Vision then comes into the kitchen in human disguise because he thinks that Agnes might come over unexpectedly. Agnes indeed comes over with the materials they need to take the dog. They name the dog Sparky, and Wanda uses her magic in front of Agnes to make a name tag. Vision points this out, but Wanda doesn't care. WandaVision says to the boys that they can't take care of Sparky until they're right before they age themselves off with Agnes still being there. It then goes back into the real world with Jamie bringing coffee to Monica and Darcy. Monica and Darcy plan a way to re-enter Westview using a vehicle that Monica is detailing. Monica then calls an area space engineer who would build the vehicle. Darcy then asks if Monica really wants to go back into the Heads, which is what she calls the Westview anomaly. Jimmy asks if the twins have been identified, with Monica saying that they're real. Darcy then mentions about how Wanda is building a lot of power. She's able to make props and costumes out of thin air, which gives Monica an idea. Monica, Darcy, and Jimmy then go to the lab and find Geraldine's attire. Monica shoots it with a gun and finds out that it's bulletproof, with her wearing a bulletproof vest before entering the Westview, the Heads, meaning that Wanda rewrites reality instead of making new matter. It then cuts back to the Heads with Vision at work. They receive an email from Sword regarding the Heads. The people inside think it's a joke. Vision then unlocks Norm's true identity of Avalash Tandem, with Avalash telling Vision that Wanda is doing all of this and that he needs to stop her. Vision then revitalizes Norm, and the day continues. At home, Billy is teaching Sparky basic dog training. The boys then ask where Vision is. Then Wanda tells them that he's off at work because he needs some time for himself. Wanda then hears something outside and finds a Stark Industries drone from the 80s, so it doesn't need to change, entering the Heads. Monica then tries to communicate with Wanda, but Hayward orders a missile strike on Wanda. Wanda then destroys the drone and goes out of the Heads. She throws the drone and has a chat with Hayward. She then turns Hayward's men against them before going back into the Heads. The fourth commercial this series plays, advertising a paper towel brand called Lagos. This is in reference to the destruction of a building in the city of Lagos that was caused by Wanda, which then led to the Sokovia Accords being approved. That part messed me up, and this one went down. Wanda and the boys are trying to look for Sparky. They go to Agnes' house and find out that he ate some of poisonous leaves and died before Agnes could rescue him. The boys ask if Wanda could just bring Sparky back to life after they tried to age themselves up. Agnes asks if she can actually do that. Vision then comforts the boys to the learning of Sparky's death. Wanda and Vision then talk about how Avalash said that Wanda is holding them hostage. Vision then says that he's not going to go along with it anymore. Wanda and Vision then start arguing about what Wanda is doing and how Wanda is controlling everything. Doorbell then rings with Wanda saying that she didn't do it. Wanda then answers the door and finds out that Pietro Maximoff from the X-Men movies has arrived at their house. He then calls Vision a popsicle and the episode ends. So what are you two's thoughts on the fifth episode?
This episode most likely had Hirohiko Araki as a producer, because to kill off a dog character in the same episode, that is so Araki
This is
material.
not Yo-Yo. Please stop. And this okay, shut up.
Killing off
In
Dog in
this
the same
episode,
episode. Material.
Ed Hayward, I don't know why he's being painted as the bad guy. In my opinion, he's not doing anything wrong. He's trying to defuse a hostage situation where real people are trapped inside by Wanda, and I don't think it's wrong to try to rescue them. Sure, they're killing Wanda. She is holding some people hostage. Well, not some people, a whole town hostage. So I think it's justified.
Yeah, for this episode, you think it's justified? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
For this
and
episode,
not
Hayward's
on
actions
this
are
episode,
justified.
just the whole series, just trying to defuse a hostage situation. I mean, I personally think Wanda is in the wrong. Yeah, she is squeaking, but you know, holding real people hostage, even
Yeah, obviously Wanda's
just
in the
holding
wrong.
their minds hostage, it's
Thing is-
wrong.
Thing is, Hayward's also kind of in the wrong by, revitalizing Vision. I guess it's all free will.
Yeah,
And then
it's
sending him
wrong
to kill
that, like, his
Wanda.
actions are like justified until he revives Vision. Yeah.
Until it finds out that he revived Vision. Well, my thoughts on the episode is that it's good. Not as good as episode 4. That's what I thought. And what I thought is that we were gonna get a fight between Wanda and Vision sometime in the series. This is as close as we got, which is fine. But it's more of a dispute between parents than anything else, really. And I'm pretty and Pietro was pretty wasted overall in the series. I mean, he barely did anything in this episode. When it's called Vision a popsicle, which well, it's too literal, isn't it?
Yes, extremely literal. Also, no, this is from another episode. We'll discuss it when that one comes on. I think it was, episode 8. Anyways, this, as I said, it was my favorite episode out of all of them. So yeah, that was pretty much pretty good experience and episode.
I'm not gonna explain why. Just like, yeah, it's good, really good.
Yeah.
No need for explanation.
Yeah, I didn't. I only watched WandaVision once. I didn't recap.
Yeah.
Well, here's your recap. Anyways,
I would
Yesi,
love
would you like to
I think
recap
episode 6 was another very good episode. Like this line from episode 4 to episode 9 was really good. So starting off with episode 6, going on episode 6, all new Halloween spectacular spooky month.
I didn't really
It is the spooky month.
19th early 2006 was inspired and the intro plays. Episode starts with Billy and Tommy arguing about what Halloween truly is about. Then they go check on Pietro while he's asleep. He then wakes up and scares the twins. Wanda then comes in fully dressed in her Halloween costume. Pietro calls it lame and Tommy follows Pietro. Then recalls the Halloween where they got typhus, but Wanda seemingly suppressed a lot of trauma. Vision then comes in wearing his Halloween costume. He says to Wanda how there were no other clothes in his closet. He says how Pietro is great with kids and then goes off to watch over the neighborhood, with him going off script again. Pietro then says that he'll take the place of Vision. Peter and Tony then dress up for Halloween, with Wanda threatening Peter if he catches him doing something wrong. It then comes back to the real world, with Hayward telling Monica, Darcy, and Jimmy that taking out Wanda is the only way to stop the hex. After Hayward recounts how hard the last 5 years have been for Sword, he tells his agents to get Monica, Darcy, and Jimmy off the base. Monica and Jimmy then knock out the agents that were escorting them and sneak into the base. It then cuts to the X, now in the filled street with Westview. Pietro calls between demon spawns before looking back at Wanda. The kids return from one of the houses and Pietro takes them to get a lot of candy. Wanda then finds Herb and starts a conversation before being interrupted by reports of someone messing up the neighborhood. With these reports being Pietro, Herb then says a Vision is not on duty when Wanda asks. We then see Vision enter the outskirts of Westview where there is a person in a continuous loop crying. The first commercial of the series plays with a kid being stranded on an island, starving. He then is visited by a shark that gives him a yogurt called Joe Magic. The kid dies after not being able to open the yogurt. What this commercial is referring to is that Vision will die without Wanda's magic, which is shown at the end of the episode. This ad in WandaVision that was like really dark, and I wasn't expecting it, so it was just real out of the blue, and I did like it, but it was like shocking. It cost to Wanda Maximoff family walking to the streets at night after Wanda told the tree to return all the candy they stole. Peter then reveals he's only here to serve with the plot of the episode and just that episode. The twins later come back after Wanda and Pietro talk, revealing that Tommy has super speed like Pietro. He uses it to get candy with Tommy and taking Billy with him. Wanda warns them not to go through with Ellie's audience before they go off. It goes back into the real world with the group sneaking into one of the Sword camps. Darcy hacks into the Sword servers and finds out that Hayward has been tracking Vision this whole time, with him keeping this a secret from everyone else. Vision goes to the very edge of town, specifically Ellie's Avenue, where he discovers that all the residents there are standing completely still. Vision then transforms into his true self and discovers Agnes is sitting in her car. Agnes tells Vision that she got lost, but Vision is skeptical. Vision then unlocks Agnes' true self. Agnes then asks Vision for help, calling him an Avenger. Vision says that he's here to help but doesn't know what an Avenger is. Agnes then asks if he's dead, with Vision just saying no and asking why. Agnes then responds, saying that she asked that because Vision is dead. Agnes then says that Wanda is keeping them from leaving and then loves hysterically. Vision then returns to Agnes into her Czech self and then Agnes drives away. This scene specifically, cut. Like everyone thought she was a witch and she was Agatha, but then this part just made us not think about it, and she was just another normal person. It cuts back to the real world. The vehicle Monica requested is ready, but Darcy wants Monica not to enter. Monica's cellular structure has been altered by being exposed to the boundary twice. Monica says she won't give up when Wanda needs her help. Darcy complains, but stays at the base to break through. He works last firewall and uncover much more secretive files. Monica and Jimmy then drive away from the base. It goes back into the house with Wanda and Pietro talking about how fun the night was. Pietro then asks where all the kids have been up until now, with them not popping up until now, and how Wanda has been handling this very well, keeping people together and all. Pietro is impressed by Wanda's capability and she asks how she did it. Wanda doesn't know how she did it, only feeling loneliness, emptiness, and endless nothingness. After locking away the two white tears, she sees Pietro and how she probably last saw him, semi-decayed with bullet holes in him. There she discovers that Vision is right outside the boundary and a project named Cataract. She sends the project out to Jimmy before noticing Vision. Vision then goes through the boundary, but it begins to tear him apart as the hack tries to pull him back in. Darcy runs towards the Sword agents outside, telling them to help Vision. Billy hears Vision screaming in pain and uses his newly honed powers to stop Tommy. Dead in his tracks, the boys ran towards Wanda and Pietro, with Billy telling Wanda that Vision is in trouble. The Sword Agents caught off Darcy, with Vision screaming that the residents of Westview need help. Wanda asks where Vision is, but Pietro says that Vision can't die twice. Wanda then throws some ornaments after Billy tells Wanda where Vision is. She begins to expand the borders. The expansion consumes the entire sword base, including Darcy. It turns the race into a circus. Hayward and some agents escape the expansion, and the episode ends.
So, your thoughts on episode 6?
I just want to give props to the WandaVision producing team for actually doing their research, because you know how WandaVision has a recurring theme of doing the episodes after certain decades, and this one's supposed to be from the 2000s. I just want to give props to the WandaVision team, because they actually did their research, and in some scenes you can see Billy and Tommy playing games, but the console they're playing it on resembles a Wii, like a Nintendo Wii. And I just want to give props to them doing their research, because it was actually nice. They never actually do any reference to it, but I actually paid attention and just did that. I just saw that.
Alright, this is also a really good episode for me. It's not as good as episode 4, but to me it's not as good as episode 4, but it's really good. It really shows Wanda's abilities in a much greater skill than we've seen before. Plus, it shows that the show isn't just like a show quality, a TV show. It's not like kind of bad special effects, but they look as good as they could be. They look like the movies' special effects, which honestly, hats off to that. They did a really good job. Even though that probably was a lot of money cost. That cost a lot of money.
Look at how successful WandaVision is. Like, it's second to The Mandalorian, and you know how The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but
how popular it was.
No. Thing is, the Mandalorian beats it out by 0.01%.
They, so I'm glad that happened.
1%.
It was a really good move for Marvel. And you know what? Probably WandaVision is gonna end up beating The Mandalorian, because it's only 4 days after it ended.
I think so too. Because that was during episode 7 that they released that.
And it's
like
probably
63
just through The Mandalorian.
Because I think that like 63.5% of people who own Disney Plus have watched WandaVision, and 63.6% of people that own Disney Plus have watched The Mandalorian. So it's like these two properties are really big on there. And these are not things that just in Disney Plus standards. These are TV shows, or like shows in streaming service history. The Mandalorian is first place, and WandaVision is second place as I've looked. I haven't looked any further. But these episodes, they look amazing, and this one's no different. And to me, it was a little bit surprising. Some parts of this episode, like when I saw Pietro first, like with the bullet holes, I was like, "There's no way Wanda just brought Pietro's corpse and revived him." But then somehow Evan Peters' face.
Yeah, I made us all think about
that to me that would have made no sense.
But that didn't end up happening. Exactly.
They are coming, but they're not being introduced here. Well, also with the Agatha thing, that moment made me like, okay, so after that I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely Agatha Harkness. But that moment made me realize that maybe it isn't. But then again, in my mind, but then again, they never mentioned her real name, like what her name's supposed to be, and he responded to the name Agnes. So to me, it was a 50-50. But then I was like, wait, why did she change? But then maybe it's because Agatha was being controlled by Wanda slightly. Who knows why that happened? It's still unanswered. But this is kind of like why that moment kind of confuses me, and that's one of like the things I have against the show. That moment confused me, and I'm still like wondering about it. It's that moment. It doesn't kill the series. Definitely doesn't kill the series, but it makes me think, not a good way. Anyways, let's move on to episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. The episode begins with Wanda waking up in the morning after the Halloween episode. The boys barge into Wanda's room after their recontroller starts to change. Billy says that it's very loud in the house, most likely due to Wanda's thoughts. Wanda then says that she's taking the day to herself after she expanded the boundary of the heads. She goes down to serve herself cereal, but the milk container starts to change as well. Wanda chalks it up to her being in a bad mood. A Modern Family in the Office-inspired intro plays. It cuts back to the real world, with Sword setting up camp far away from the heads. After it stops, an agent sets a broadcast signal has gone dead. Favorite telling that agent that they're launching an attack on Westview. It cuts back to inside the heads, with Vision waking up and seeing one of the Sword agents, now changed by the heads. Speaking to him to rehearse with the escape artist, we later find out that Darcy Lewis is the escape artist, only now being transformed by the heads. After Wanda asked if the boys have seen Vision, Billy asked what Pietro said about Vision. Wanda reassures that Pietro they encounter is not their uncle. Tommy asks who he was, and Wanda explains how she doesn't know. After Wanda sits down to watch TV, Agnes comes over. Wanda uses her magic to open the door, as she does not care anymore about concealing her abilities. Agnes says that she got there at the nick of time because Wanda was about to snap. Agnes then takes the boys to give Wanda some alone time. After they leave, Wanda notices the house is starting to change uncontrollably. She then changes back to normal. It then comes back to Monica and Jimmy driving to get their vehicle when Jamie finds out about Cataract. They then get delivered their vehicle after arriving at their destination. After Vision tracks Lewis down, but is unable to contact her. She then distracts her long enough to unlock control of the identity. They then steal a van and get out of her circus. It then shows Wanda's house changing around her. She doesn't know why this is happening, but a disembodied voice tells her that this might be what she deserves. This voice is in fact just Agnes's voice, pitched down. The 6th commercial of the series plays, advertising a depression-curing pill called Nexus. This is in reference to Wanda being a Nexus-level being, for being able to tap into the multiverse and create everything from nothing. Now she's used this power to cope with her depression upon losing everyone she loved. It then shows Agnes and the boys sitting on the couch. Billy says that he likes it at Agnes' house because it is quiet, most likely because he can't read her thoughts. It then cuts back to Monica getting prepared to enter the heads. After the vehicle doesn't work, Monica goes in by herself after the vehicle has been slightly transmogrified. After entering the heads once more, her cells have transformed completely and she gains powers because of this. She then runs towards Wanda's house. It then cuts to Vision and Darcy talking about Vision's past and what he has gone through. Vision, however, doesn't remember any of it. Wanda keeps creating impediments to keep Vision from returning home. After Vision has had enough of this, he faces through the van and decides to fly there himself. I don't know why he just thought of that, but he just did it. I would have done the same with his powers. Actually, I would have used it for a lot more things. It cuts to Monica barging into Wanda's house. Wanda uses her magic to levitate Monica out of the house, showing her true self to Westview. As they're trying to slam her into the ground, Monica absorbs the impact force upon hitting the ground. Monica tries to talk to Wanda, but is then interrupted by Agnes. Wanda is taken by Agnes to her house, with Wanda noticing that the twins aren't there. Agnes then says that they are in the basement. When Wanda goes to check, she instead finds a hidden lair with various objects that Wanda has never seen before. Agnes then comes into the lair and reveals that she can also use magic. After that, Agnes reveals that her name is truly Agatha Harkness. It then cuts to a song that explains that Agatha crashed WandaVision's talent show, made Herb glitch out, conjured Pietro, and that she killed Sparky.
Also, bombshell.
Ho!
Boom.
It then cuts to the credits. Yeah, that was a big bombshell. It then cuts to the credits. After the credits roll, it shows Monica sneaking around Agnes's house. After finding a basement door, she is scared by the conjured Pietro, and then the episode ends. So, your thoughts on this episode?
The last episode, they shut down the theory of, I guess, yeah, Agnes it's not Agatha. Well, I mean, within.
It got that theory got deconfirmed the episode after.
I'm Agatha. I was here all along. I did everything. Well, not really, but you know. So this episode was like really. It was a plot twist.
Yeah, it was really good. So, I mean, all of them were really good. There was some were kind of not as good as others. You know. You know what I'm saying, right? Like some of them are, all of them are good, but they're not. Some of them are not as good as others. So that's my take on an episode. That's his take on episode 7. So Pancakes, what's your take on episode 7?
My thought on the episode 7 is it's actually not that it's not that actually entertaining because they revealed the villain way too late. Like, yeah, context here and there, but what they revealed, in my opinion, the villain they revealed it a bit too late. Because they said the series is going to last 9 episodes. Episode 7, then the villain gets revealed? Seriously? Like, yeah, it was a bombshell of an episode and I really enjoyed it, but it was meh.
Just meh?
Yeah, just meh.
Well,
I enjoyed the villain reveal, but yeah, because it was actually very comedic. They did it like it was a song straight out of a Disney film.
I did like it, and I did like the.
You like this episode?
I didn't mind that it was that it was late. I think it was good. It was good that it was late. It made it better so that like they gave us time to theorize about Agatha, or Agnes. So I think it was good.
But to me, this episode, while yes, it is good, we all knew that Agatha was Agatha. It was pretty obvious. But I think it was handled like Mysterio, where we were sort of like warming up to Agnes. So when she was revealed to be Agatha, it was like a big like okay, like whoa. Like you don't expect that because what they did with Agnes and Mysterio or Quentin, it's that they made their characters relatable. Well, not relatable, but more like you like those characters, and then boom, they're the villain. So, man, it was like, oh, okay, you don't believe that those people that you've been shown up to now would do those things. So I think they handled it pretty well. Like the obvious reveal, I think they handled it pretty well. And I still gotta congratulate the writers of Spider-Man 2 and WandaVision for handling such an obvious twist and still somehow making it entertaining and surprising.
Marvel has really good writers, like top tier
But now,
writers.
let's go on to
Yeah.
Except
Like
the
they probably
Thor
wasted
1
all
and
the
2 writers.
Yes,
they
except the
probably
4,
wasted
1 and 2 writers.
all their
Maybe
budget on,
maybe
all
I
the
remember
previous
3.
movies, so they just said, "Oh fuck, we don't have any money left," so they just hired some middle schoolers to write it. They just hired some middle
Wait, that's the
schoolers
second Thor
to
movie.
write a Thor 1 and 2.
Middle school.
They probably could have hired us, and we could have
Don't do
done a
them like
better
that.
job. Yes.
For high school, we've done a better job.
Steven Spielberg would have
Yeah.
done a better job.
Obviously.
Episode 8.
Anyway, let's move on to episode 8. Yesi, take it away.
So, I'm just gonna talk about Dio, not right now. Well, previously on WandaVision or something. I think it was really good the title because the episode talks about what happened previously on WandaVision. So it also can you take it out previously on any series. I just like that. I wanted to say that. Okay. The episode starts with the Marvel logo changing from red to purple to fit Agatha Harkness' aesthetic. The episode begins in Salem, 1693. Agatha is being taken to get executed for practicing forbidden magic. The witches surrounding Agatha start chanting and summon magic to execute Agatha. Using forbidden magic, Agatha steals the life force of everyone, including her mothers. After observing the witch's life force, Agatha flies away. It then cuts back to the present with Agatha telling Senor Scratchy that Wanda seems surprised to see them, the real them. Wanda tries to read Agatha's mind but cannot due to her thoughts not being available to Wanda, which is why Billy said it was quiet in Agatha's house. After Agatha makes fun of Wanda's accent and Wanda asking for the location of the children, Wanda realizes she can't use her power in the lair. Wanda then uses her magic to pull Wanda close. She explains why Wanda can't use her magic, but Wanda seems confused when Agatha explains it. Agatha is confused that Wanda is confused. Agatha then explains why she couldn't use Pietro's healed body. Agatha then explains why she's here with her sensing this place and her having to call her to investigate. She then does a rundown of all the spells Wanda unknowingly casts. She says that these spells are at a level she's never seen before and she asks how she did it. Wanda refuses and tells Agatha throws her around the lair. Agatha says that she tried to wake Wanda from this reality but she failed. Agatha then plucks out a strand of Wanda's hair and uses it to unlock her past, so she can learn how Wanda created the hex. She threatens Wanda if she doesn't follow Agatha. We are then taken to the night where Wanda's parents were killed. The family then start watching sitcoms to get away from the harsh reality of Sokovia. As they're watching the sitcom, a missile strikes their house. Wanda and Pietro take cover when it's revealed that Wanda used a probability spell missile so that they could survive, and that the missile was not effective. We are then talking to when Wanda has her powers amplified by the Mind Stone. As she approached the sector, the Wu Yam came flying at Wanda, stopping at her face. It then opened, revealing true self. As she was exposed to the Mind Stone, she saw a silhouette of an unknown figure. We are then taken to the Avengers compound. It shows Wanda and Vision watching sitcoms together. Vision thus talks to Wanda about grief and how it is just self-preserving. Then takes Wanda to when she visits Storage View. She goes to Haver's office. She then is shown the Vision being dismantled. She breaks the glass and descends to check on Vision. It is revealed that Wanda did not steal the Vision's body, and Hayward said that to antagonize Wanda. After Wanda checks on Vision's corpse, he leaves the storage key and drives to Westview. Westview, before the hacks, is a depressed town. You see John Connors, Harold Proctor, Sharon Davis, and Dennis walk across the street in the depressed state. After she arrives at the incomplete home Vision was going to build for them in Westview, after crying in the plot they bought for the home, she unleashes an insane amount of power. She builds the house and turns Westview into a 1950s style town. She then manages to create another Vision using her magic. After seeing the newly created Vision, she changes her clothing and look to fit with the reality. They then sit on the couch and watch. After Agatha gets the knowledge she needs, she lets Wanda go, but keeps her children hostage. Agatha doesn't explain what Wanda is. She explains that she is using chaos magic and that she is the Scarlet Witch. It then cuts back to the real world. Hayward goes into a tent to look at white version of Vision being activated, powered by leftover magic and the drone Wanda kicked out of the hatch. Then the episode ends.
So you two, thoughts on the 8th episode of WandaVision?
Okay, I'm gonna go first. So the 8th episode of WandaVision, I think is actually pretty interesting because we get to see the contrast of the situation. Earlier, I think it was episode 3 or 4, Hayward claimed that Wanda stole Vision's body from Sword headquarters. But then, in episode 8, it's revealed that Hayward just let Wanda in and she just created a Vision. So we find out that Vision isn't actually Vision. It's just Wanda's Vision.
Yeah, also,
and
there's
I'm not kidding
a
on that.
retcon that we thought Wanda was created by the stone, but she had her powers all along, so it wasn't that.
I mean, technically, it's not a retcon because they explain later that she has
Yes, it
powers,
was kind of a retcon,
but that the
not
Mind
really.
Stone amplified those powers. So
I still count it as a
Marvel
retcon.
technically has
They
no
just
retcons
put
up to this
something
point.
to cover up semi retcons. I can agree on
Pretty
that.
sure.
I can agree on that.
Semi-retcon. Semi. I thought this episode was interesting. I like it when we're shown the past of characters that we've not really seen before. Like, I mean, I hope in Falcon and Soldier we're shown more of like Falcon's past, because we all know about Bucky's past, but I want to see like more of Falcon's past. So I'm glad to see that they did this with Wanda, and they took this time to develop her character even more, to show her be more human than she is in the films. I'm not saying she's human in the films, but like giving her this more these layers of character, and actually showing us what her parents look like. And contrary to some people, I don't think that Magneto is her parents in the MCU. Like, I don't think Magneto's
What?
is
Who thinks that?
Oh, in the comics, Magneto is Wanda and Pietro's father.
I don't know. You never know.
And that the Maximoff adopted Wanda and Pietro. That's comics. It's weird.
Huh.
But in the comics,
Interesting.
Magneto is Wanda and Pietro's biological father, and the Maximoffs adopted Wanda and Pietro. So people think that when Magneto is introduced,
maybe
they're gonna say
it's
that
possible.
Wanda and Pietro are
Since
adopted.
the Russell brothers are like making they're making the connection from the comics closer to the movies. Yeah,
I mean, they're the ones that made
but
these
like
whole,
they're
Endgame was a pretty
they're
original
giving more
movie.
aspects of the comics to the movies.
So they're the-
recently. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Well, they're not really involved in this.
Yeah, so
I mean, they did kind of set. They set it
if
up,
you
but
saw,
they didn't. They're
maybe
not involved.
like someone told them that to get closer to the comics, or maybe not. We can't be sure, so we'll just leave it at that.
Well, now we're sadly moving on to the finale of
I cried on this
WandaVision,
episode.
episode 9, the series finale. I'm gonna get to that later. The episode begins where the last left off, with Wanda confronting Agatha. After the boys try to get away from Agatha's grasp, Wanda uses her magic to push her away. Wanda tells the boys to get to their room. Wanda shoots Agatha once again and then realizes that Agatha is absorbing her power. After Agatha proposes a deal to Wanda, Wanda throws a car at Agatha. That moment, when I saw that moment, I'm like, did you seriously pull a Civil War on Agatha? She used the same move on Tony in Civil War.
He's developing.
I mean, at least Tony had armor. At least Tony.
Arguably.
At least Tony had
Agatha's
armor.
stronger.
Agatha is wearing a robe. Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, Tony could probably just.
She's
missile
developing
launcher
her strategy.
and just
Her strategy now
and just end
is
Agatha.
to people. Shut up.
Well, I mean,
Also
technically, Agatha is stronger than Tony because Tony's dead.
That's
Anyway,
interesting.
anyways, after this, the White Vision approaches Wanda. After White Vision deceives Wanda into thinking that he's an ally and attempting to crush her head. That's different. Very different from giving head. The Het's Vision rams into White Vision. Wanda and Het's Vision start to fight Agatha and the White Vision. After they start fighting, Monica is shown being trapped inside Agatha's house with Pietro. Monica tries to escape, but is kept from doing so by Pietro. As Het's Vision and White Vision are fighting, White Vision explains that he is to destroy Het's Vision and Wanda. After this, it is shown Jimmy has been captured by Hayward's men. As Jimmy is stalling Hayward, he steals a phone from the desk without anyone looking. Jimmy then threatens Hayward and is then thrown into a cage. After freeing himself from the cuffs, he calls his friends in the FBI to apprehend Hayward. Wanda reaches town and finds Agatha. Agatha then reads some excerpts from the Darkhold on the Scarlet Witch. It states that the Scarlet Witch exceeds the Sorcerer Supreme in power, and the Scarlet Witch is destined to destroy the world. After that, Agatha unlocks everyone's locked away personalities. They force Wanda into using her magic to hurt them. She then reverts the spell and saves their lives. After Pietro explains that to Monica that they're in his man cave, Monica discovers that Pietro is Ralph's boner. Boner. The supposed husband of Agatha. And that Agatha doesn't live here. Agatha's homeless. Monica removes a necklace that was used by Agatha to control Ralph and returns Ralph to normal. After the boys see the two visions fight, Billy notices that Wanda is in trouble and that she needs help. After Wanda reverses the spell that she used on the citizens, she starts to reverse the heads. Hayward seizes this opportunity to move in on Westview. That man does not know how to not take an opportunity. Thanks to the heads disappearing, Vision, Billy, and Tommy start to disappear too. Wanda then stops the reversal of the heads to save her family. Agatha keeps absorbing more of Wanda's magic as she keeps using it. Then the White Vision and Hayward's men arrive at the scene. The two visions take their fight to the library. After White Vision attempts to destroy Het's Vision says to White Vision that he is not the true Vision. Wanda continues her fight with Agatha while the boys deal with Hayward's men. The boys then unarm the military. How? Monica arrives
Exactly.
Monica, yeah.
Like two 10-year-old boys who aren't even real. Just poof. Demilitarized and
Sounds like-
experienced military force. How?
Yeah. I mean, they have power, so they have an advantage, and, well, you know, Billy has those telekinetic abilities. Also, fun fact about Billy, his magic is blue like the witches, because he doesn't have Wanda's chaos magic,
Okay.
which is given to her by the Mind Stone. That's something to to see. That's a cool detail that he doesn't have chaos magic.
Okay.
Anyways,
nice.
Monica then arrives to the scene and stops Hayward
children
from shooting the
is
boys.
shooting the boys. Ah, yes.
I mean,
Hayward is a child murderer.
Imagine estar
How dare he?
Hayward would have.
Imagine
Hayward
if,
is-
if it actually happened, just Hayward. Oh,
Hayward would have murdered
continuously
Sparky.
shoot.
Hayward was that quiet kid in
He
school
just
he
killed
never
the kid.
talked to and never wanted to talk
I
to.
mean, they
Yes.
probably couldn't die
Yes.
if they were not real.
Yeah. He was a silent janitor.
No.
Quiet
Hayward didn't start any school shootings, but he looked the type of kid that would, so no one ever talked to him, no one ever bothered him. Anyways, after Hayward attempts to escape, Darcy rams him with the van she stole. Grand Theft Auto. Het's vision that explains how the White Vision is the original Vision and then restores the memories locked away in the White Vision's files. The White Vision then flies away from Westview. The Het's vision then reunites with the boys. After Agatha twists the nightmare Wanda gave her, she promises to fix Wanda's spell so her family may live, which is revealed to be a lie. Wanda then breaks the nightmare. She then starts throwing magic at Agatha with her missing some shots. After Agatha has drained all of Wanda's magic, it suddenly goes all back to her and it's revealed that those missed shots were made into runes to keep Agatha from using her magic.
Interesting.
As all of Wanda's powers in her, she manifests the outfit of the Scarlet Witch. The two witches descend from the sky and Agatha lies on the ground defeated. Agatha tells Wanda that Wanda does not know what she unleashed and she'll need her. Anna says that she'll know where to find her if they need a rose, and then locks Agatha behind the Agnes persona. The head starts to close as everything goes back to normal. Wanda says her goodbyes to her family. Vision asks what he truly is, and Wanda tells him just that. After she tells him that, the town of Westview is returned to what it once was. Wanda walks through Westview with everyone thinking of her as a monster. Monica reaches that Wanda is not a monster and that she would have brought her mom back if she had Wanda's powers. Wanda then leaves Westview to go somewhere more secluded. The first post-credit scene shows Jimmy investigating Westview and Hayward being arrested. And Monica is called to meet someone in the theater. The person that escorted her to the theater turns out to be a squirrel. Monica asks where the guy is, and the squirrel points up. The second post-credit scene shows Wanda living in a secluded home in the mountains of an unknown area. But in secrecy, she is in her astral projection form, practicing the spells from the Darkhold. She then hears the voices of her children and slams the book shut, and then the series
Well,
ends.
I cried
So,
on this episode
which is,
when the Vision was crying
Your opinions
along
on
with his
episode
children. I just started crying because oh no. And it doesn't matter
I
that
didn't
all
cry. I just felt a
fall
bit
and
of pity
cried.
because I
It
knew
doesn't
all
matter
of them were
if
fake,
or
but
real.
I just felt a bit of pity because
Yes, I did.
family.
You
Not that
ugly cried?
extreme. Yeah, I cried.
Did you ugly baby cry or something? Like, goddamn. I watched the episode 3 times. On the first 2, I got pretty emotional. And on the
But
third
in
one,
the
I
bird,
didn't
you
care.
just said nah.
The third one, I just didn't care. Like, I got a little bit emotional, but like, I got, at that point, I just got used to it. So it wasn't really anything.
I
Especially
didn't care at all.
This episode was really good for me, and well, it was a good finale. But sometimes it had its disappointments, like, well, Mr. Boner, and
Ralph Boner.
just I guess Agatha, because they could have done a lot of Agatha. I mean, they still kind of did, but Kind of just locking away with Hayden at Westview was kind of weird. Anyways, so your thoughts on the series overall,
I think
and
the series
any
was
other
pretty
comments
good.
you would like to give.
For being the first Marvel series, it was like really, really good.
So yeah, I really like what they did with Wanda Maximoff's MCU hero uniform suit. They actually modernized it while keeping the comic look, and it was actually pretty nice. Because, hello, who would want to see all bright red? No, they actually kind of modernized it. They kind of did like what they did with Ant-Man. But yeah, it was actually pretty nice. Anyways, now to my opinion on the series. Like I said, this WandaVision isn't about Wanda and Vision. It's just about Wanda's vision of Vision. It's just them living in a fantasy world that they wanted to live in, but in Wanda's head. So it's Wanda's vision of Vision in a series called WandaVision. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was actually a pretty nice series to start Phase 4, I think this is now.
Yeah,
Phase 4.
This is Phase 4.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good series to kind of like start off the series set in the Disney Plus and up to Marvel Phase 4, and it was actually pretty nice. Yeah, I really like the unique art telling of the style, storytelling style. It was actually pretty nice.
Okay, so
Final verdict: Wanda's vision of Vision.
okay, going full on cinema since there. Well, my take on the series, it's really good, and it was a perfect way to start off Phase 4. To me, I think it would have been a mistake to start off with Black Widow because, okay, yeah, people like the Black Widow character, but is that really a movie you want to start off Phase 4 with? A movie that plays almost no significance? I mean, yeah, Florence Pugh's character from Black Widow is going to show up in the Hawkeye series, but at that point, like, who cares? So that's the only significance the Black Widow movie has up to now. So I think, and WandaVision sets up a lot of the
Russian
MCU
Brazil
moving
in
forward.
2006, H2O, a unique light soda, not only succeeding in conquering the Brazilian market, becoming #1 brand in the second, but also defined in the new beverage territory of the light.
Well, thanks for that unnecessary comment, Yesi, but
I didn't want to hear about Brazilian soda, but yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
Oh wow, James. If anyone would like
guess
to see
guess I have to owe you a bottle of H2O.
If anyone wants to see how this series played out, or like how it was made behind the scenes, not a documentary, but more of it is a documentary, but a documentary specifying how WandaVision was made is coming this Friday. So if anyone wants to see that, then go ahead.
Yes, and I am now saying this for the last time. If you enjoyed what we spoke about WandaVision, go watch WandaVision.
I ain't left comments. You can get H2O at your local
So go watch WandaVision if you enjoyed our explanation
Puerto Rican, you can get at your local Econo at $0.99. Goodbye.
Well, thank you for...
Or if you're in Brazil, anywhere, to be honest.
Thank you all for joining me on this special episode. Definitely special. So we'll see you all the next time. Thank you all for listening to us.
Yes, goodbye.
Hello, my name is Mercury and welcome to this new episode of Meet with Faith. Today I'm joined by Pancakes and only Pancakes. How are you, Pancakes?
I'm good, thanks.
And today we'll be touching upon various topics, very different from one another. Today we'll be talking about the Monster Hunter event that have been happening throughout the week, the Paramount Plus addition to the very long list of streaming services, the Microsoft Bethesda acquisition, and our hopes for Falcon and Winter Soldier. So let's start with Monster Hunter event. The first thing they pretty much did was talk about Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, which we don't care about and pretty much no one knows. I mean, I've played the demo for Monster Hunter Stories, but I don't know about Pancakes if he's ever heard of that. So we're probably gonna move on to the more important thing.
The only game I've ever played of Monster Hunter is the game the demo that came out a short time ago.
Yes. Well, let's move on to the Monster Hunter Rise news. So they revealed a bunch of new stuff, such as some pre-order bonuses and more gameplay. Like you can customize your own style of hunting. You can become your own hunter, use your own different moves and all that stuff. So everyone's different from each other. Everyone's their own hunter. Like if you're going with a great sword, then you won't be putting the same moveset as some other guy that also uses great sword. So I think that's pretty cool. And some other things are revealed are the more monsters, such as the return of Nagakuga and Zenogre from Iceborne. They last appeared in Iceborne. And they also revealed Camellios for the first update for Monster Hunter Rise. And that's all they revealed. And that the demo is getting an update with Magnamalo as a new quest. So, Pancakes, your opinion on Monster Hunter Rise?
I have no idea what any of the monster names you just said are, because, like I said, I've only played the demo that came out a short time ago. I'm not even sure if that's a World or Rise, but yeah, the thing is that it sounds pretty interesting, not gonna lie, but I haven't played Monster Hunter that much, like I said, but yeah, it sounds interesting. I've been playing Monster Hunter since December last year. I got the game as pretty much as soon as I got my PS5, and it's been quite a fun time with it, with the franchise. And I pre-ordered, and like I said in the direct episode, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition for Monster Hunter Rise already, and I guess I'm just waiting for it to come out. And I'm excited to hunt all these new monsters down. So, pretty short news, and Wings of Ruin, for anyone who cares. I've played the Stories demo, and not the Stories 2, but Stories 1 demo. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin is releasing on July 9th, 2021, and Monster Hunter Rise is releasing on March 26th, 2021. So now we'll be moving on to Paramount Plus and its addition to the streaming services lineup. So Pancakes, your rough take on Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. I don't even care what you put plus on anymore. ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Google Plus, and now Paramount Plus. Anything that has plus on it is either a streaming service or a social media nowadays. And honestly, I don't even know how many streaming services there are. Let's see, there's the main ones. There's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Prime Video. Let's see, what else? There is Vudu. Vimeo is a video software. There's
Disney Plus.
Yes, there's Disney Plus. Did you know that T-Mobile? Yes, T-Mobile has a streaming service, apparently.
I don't know what it's called.
I'm searching it up right now, and the service is called T-Vision by T-Mobile.
I mean, those
Yes,
companies don't have rights
that
to
actually
movies and
exists.
things. And also there's the defunct ones like Quibi.
And HBO Plus, and
Matt.
yeah, HBO Max. Yeah, sorry. Sling, which is I think some dish thing. Apparently, even DirecTV has a streaming service, but I don't know. There's a long list of streaming services. I don't even know why people keep releasing streaming services. But Paramount Plus is an important one because they are a movie studio, and with movie studio comes movies that people like, such as Transformers. I don't know why, but Paramount has a share of Dora, I think. Some Adult Swim shows, and yeah, I don't know what others, but
they have rights to the Sonic
Star Trek.
movie.
Star Trek, I think.
Yeah, they have Star Trek. They also have. They produced some of the Marvel movies in their early days, but they distributed some of the Marvel movies in their early days.
Oh,
like Iron Man.
Peacock by NBC, and the ABC Now, which is another streaming service.
There's CBN All Access, or CBS All
Yes, CBS All Access.
which has Picard, weird. Isn't CBS also owned by Paramount because it has Star Trek on it? No, but it's CBS, but is CBS owned by Paramount?
No idea.
Well, now Paramount has an official streaming service, and they've already announced a Halo series for Paramount Plus coming next year. And they've also announced a live action Fairy Odd Parents. And
that's gonna look horrible.
And a Dora series. And also they announced some Avatar stuff for Paramount Plus.
That's interesting.
Like some spin-offs for Avatar on the service, and some other like more mainline stuff of Avatar on the service as well by the now newly formed Avatar Studios. So right now, Paramount Plus is looking kind of good. I'm looking forward to most of what they're doing. I know that they're probably gonna put some Nickelodeon stuff on there. Honestly,
I think that Avatar Studios was indirectly created by the pandemic because, honestly, okay. So here's the timeline. Yeah, it all started when Netflix released The Last Airbender and later Legend of Korra on
their service.
Onto the platform, onto Netflix. Nickelodeon made a deal, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, those two series ended up being on Netflix, and it hit off. For a while, it hit number 1 in the top 10 charts in the US. But yeah, that inspired a live action project that I think is one of the things that they're working on. But the main creator of the show canceled it because, stepped out of it because changes he didn't agree with. And yeah, basically I'm saying that the addition of both Avatar series on Netflix is indirectly responsible for the creation of Avatar Studios.
And well, I don't know the state of that live action series. I don't know if it's still gonna release on Netflix or it's gonna release on Paramount Plus. I'm probably gonna be released on Netflix because Netflix kind of doesn't want to let go of things. I mean, they were in that war to get Godzilla vs Kong on their service with HBO. So they kept outbidding HBO until HBO just outbid them and they give up for Godzilla vs Kong. Because I don't know what's going on, but I think Toho, the creators of Godzilla, have like a deal with Netflix. Because Netflix is distributed the 3 anime movies for Godzilla on their service, and they're distributing an anime series of Godzilla on their service as well. So I think Toho and Netflix has a deal going on. But we're not talking about Godzilla, and I
need to watch the Doom movie. No,
what?
let's just the Doom movie. Anyways, let's just get back to the topic because we
We're going to take apart and
we went from Paramount Plus to the Doom movie.
but Paramount has done some good things and some bad things. I don't want to. They're probably gonna put all the Transformers movies on there, and I'm not excited to see that. I mean,
Paramount Plus has good and bad things.
Paramount is good and bad things.
For the future, I think that Paramount Plus will be some sort of no, not Hulu, because Hulu is just. I mean, I haven't heard of Hulu. I don't know what they have, but I think it's gonna be similar to Prime Video level of popularity. I mean, some people watch it, some people don't. They have some shows, others they don't. A little bit better than Prime Video. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. So.
Streaming services have become a bit of a market of exclusivity. I mean, of exclusives, because Netflix has these, but Hulu has these, but Prime Video has these. But then it's become some sort of studio thing, because everything Disney, everything of the 5 Disney things, which is Disney, Pixar, Marvel, you get it, is on Disney Plus. But everything HBO and some more is on HBO Max. But then everything NBC is on Peacock. Now everything Paramount, I assume, will be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. So. Paramount Plus, like, what I think is they're probably gonna do a Transformers series on there, like set in the new universe they created. Not the 5 movies. They the Bumblebee one was a reboot, so probably gonna set a series in that, and they're probably gonna put a bunch of other movies there. So, yeah, more Transformers shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to the Bethesda acquisition, Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda, and what this means for the future of Xbox. So, Pancakes, your opinion on this acquisition?
I don't know much about the Bethesda acquisition. All I know is that they have Fallout. The Elder Scrolls series. No, I don't know if they have Doom. I'm not sure.
They have Doom. Its parent company is Bethesda.
Okay. I think Bayonetta too.
No, Bayonetta is Platinum Games, which is owned by Sega.
Ironically. Anyways, so yeah, I think that it's gonna be like an interesting kick to Xbox, because as we all know, the current state of next gen is PS5 winning it all and Xbox trying to suck its leftover puddles, because they have nothing. They only have Halo and the Xbox Game Pass. You're gonna have technically Cyberpunk for the moment, but that doesn't matter.
Cyberpunk, they lied about Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk was supposed to return in February, and it hasn't returned yet.
Interesting. Anyways, I think that it's going to be an interesting kick, because it has a lot of things that can actually become true. And yeah, because in Xbox, it's a dead man's land right now. But with good franchise, but now the fans of the franchises that Bethesda owns, such as Fallout, Doom, what's the other one? Elder Scrolls, which is a big one. What others? Wolfenstein, yeah.
What else? Bethesda. What comes to mind when you talk about Bethesda? It's Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Doom. That's pretty much all they do now. Oh, Starfield. Well, that hasn't come out yet. That hasn't come out yet.
What's Starfield?
That hasn't come out yet, so it doesn't matter. We don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a game they announced like years ago, and they only announced the title, and for E3 2018 they announced it finally.
I would say that the only other notable thing...
no gameplay. It's just they just put like I think some dialogue, some empty space, and then
I would say that the only other notable thing they've done is The Evil Within.
Yeah, but this Bethesda all around doesn't really. You can say a few you say good games, but there's only a few franchises.
So yeah, the franchises, the fans of those franchises are some of them are going to be attracted to the actual Xbox, and that's kind of bank.
But that's the thing.
Xbox itself, but yeah.
Bethesda said that they're not going to put Doom. At least they said that we're not going to put Doom, Elder Scrolls, or Fallout as Xbox exclusives. They're going to develop games for Xbox, exclusively Xbox, but they're not going to make they're not going to make their franchises Xbox exclusive. They're old franchises Xbox exclusive. If there's still fans of those franchises that play on PlayStation, they're not going to buy another console to play those games. Like whenever the next Doom game comes out, if it does, they're not gonna put Doom exclusive for Xbox.
Well, that's
also
interesting.
Halo didn't know Xbox doesn't have anything up to now because Halo Infinite doesn't come out until fall this year. So pretty much they only have the Game Pass and like some other games that like maybe some Ubisoft games in the Call of Duty game. And like other free shit they probably have, but like Xbox at this point they're in the down drainer pretty much because Switch is also killing it. Nintendo's kind of killing it. It's the Switch. Nintendo's killing it. Like,
the Switch is killing the Xbox.
Because unless Xbox pulls some big deal or some shit, like unless they make a new franchise or bring back a kind of Banjo-Kazooie or anything else, really, they're not going places.
Unless they bring a random Fallout game out of you know where, Elder Scrolls 6 and 7 and what's the other game, Wolfenstein 4. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't.
The fans are basically just ew. Because
so they're probably gonna make new franchises now.
Maybe because they don't actually have very good fans. Because when you go to presentations of the companies, all you see is, boo, where's Elder Scrolls 6? Boo, where's the next Fallout? Boo, where's the next Wolfenstein? And that's just bad because they don't realize the amount of time and effort developers put into the games. Same thing with every other company. Boo, where's GTA 6? Boo, where's Minecraft 2? Boo, where's Fortnite 2? Boo, where's Waluigi for Smash? It's just an issue, really. Also, Bethesda. This actually has been like a tiny trend recently. Big, medium-sized game studios being bought by big companies. Epic Games, which I'm going to refer as the creators of Unreal Engine for reasons. Epic Games buying Psionic Games, which owns Rocket League, and EA buying Respawn Entertainment, which made Apex Legends,
Titanfall,
and Titanfall, and Warframe, I think.
I don't know about that one.
And Xbox buying Bethesda. Yeah.
And Sony buying Insomniac.
Oh right, yeah, that too.
It's Insomniac was doing a Sunset Overdrive, which was an Xbox exclusive. But when they bought, it was released, and they were doing Sunset Overdrive 2, probably still for Xbox. But then they were bought by Sony, so now I don't know what Sunset Overdrive 2 is going. So that's fun.
Interesting.
That's very fun. Very fun indeed. But
so, yeah.
Xbox,
The only company company missing is Nintendo. Oh wait, actually, Microsoft also owns Rare, right?
Yeah, they own it Rare.
The only thing missing is for someone to buy Square Enix.
They're not. No, Square Enix is gonna buy someone. They might buy Crimson. They might buy Crimson Games, the guys who developed the Avengers game, or make a better one.
Yeah, because that's just no. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to know that something. Oh yeah, a story came out the other day about how one time Microsoft officials came into a business room with Nintendo officials to offer that Microsoft buys Nintendo. Yeah, you heard that right. Microsoft buying Nintendo. They got laughed out of the room. Look where they are now. I mean, this was way back when Nintendo was dying, so yeah.
Wait, was it Nintendo that was laughed out, or was it Microsoft that was laughed out?
Microsoft.
Oh.
Like, Microsoft just said, hey, guess what? We're going to buy you for insert total amount of money. And Nintendo just laughed them out of the room.
Wow. Did that get released recently?
That got released recently. It didn't happen recently, but it got released recently.
That probably happened like the 90s, or no, in the 70s. No, the 90s, pretty much 80s
Nintendo?
forwards, and Nintendo was golden.
Nintendo was a card-making company before the 80s.
So I'm saying probably 70s that happened. So, but after the 80s, Nintendo was pretty good. Actually, it's still really good. Because every decade they make money. They make hella money. Every single decade after the 80s. The 90s, sure, you can say it wasn't their best year. Except for Pokemon. That thing came out wiped charts. But in the 2000s as well, those were really good. And then 2010s, especially with the Switch coming out. Actually, they had two consoles in the 2010s. And now 2020, we just in the 2020s we just started. So yeah, that's that. Well, I guess it's a good point to move on to our expectations and hopes for the Falcon Winter Soldier. So, Pancakes, what do you expect for Falcon Winter Soldier, and what are your hopes for it?
Well, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I didn't expect the duo to actually happen. When I first heard it, when Disney Plus was coming out, I'm like, what? Why those two?
Because what?
Because of the duo, because of the unusual combination. Because when I first started watching Marvel, it was way back when Infinity War came out. Yeah, that's when I found out about the whole timeline. Because back then I just found superhero movie. Superhero defeats bad guy. Okay, cool.
So Infinity War is when you started to pay attention.
Yeah.
Well, I've been a Marvel fan since the Iron Man came out, pretty much. When I was a kid, Iron Man was a favorite superhero. And now he's dead.
I knew about Thanos before Infinity War, but I didn't start paying attention to the whole timeline until Infinity War.
I think a lot of people made their Infinity War their jumping point to the MCU, and that's just sad. Because I won't say that there are worse movies than Infinity War, like in the MCU, like Thor 4, but Infinity War isn't the best.
I won't say much about this because it wasn't really my interest. But hey, they were recording a scene in Puerto Rico up until January. That's the only thing that interested me. And since that's gone, then nope.
But what are your hopes for the series?
Well, for the series, I mean, WandaVision ended, and WandaVision was kind of like, oh yeah, laid back comedy, and then some action at the end. No, I hope for this thing to be action all the way. Like, kind of similar to this movie that came out called The Irishman. Like, a bit of storytelling and then fighting. The other way around as that movie. Because The Irishman, it's mostly storytelling and a bit of fighting in between. But then, I want Falcon and Winter Soldier to be mostly action and few dialogue. Like, end credit scene, maybe a couple scenes here and there about the story, but nothing else.
So, well, what I want for this series is to, like WandaVision, to flesh out Falcon and Bucky. Bucky, not so much, because Bucky has already been pretty fleshed out as a character in First Avenger and Winter Soldier. He was pretty fleshed out, and in pretty much every movie he's appeared in, minus the Avengers movies, where I think in Endgame he had only a few lines at the end, but he didn't talk for like most of it. And then there's Falcon, which, like, those two in Infinity War, they were like the least. They did nothing at all.
I just want to say one thing.
What is that?
On your left.
That's like the most iconic thing Falcon has said.
On your left.
And it still confuses people as to how, as to why.
Changed my mind. The funniest scene in Captain America and Winter Soldier was that one. The one where they were just running and he kept saying on your left when he passed him. On your left. On your left. No, don't do it. On your left. Oh, come on.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Falcon. Also, what I'm hoping is for it to be much more grounded. Like, these two don't have any superpowers. Bucky has a vibranium.
One has a metal arm and the other wings.
It's
really Batman and Robin, but Robin has an arm missing.
And I'm hoping for it to be much more like that, where it's a lot more grounded, kind of like Winter Soldier. But I gotta say, I kind of get bored with Winter Soldier, so I'm hoping this is somewhat more entertaining. And Falcon and Bucky Sam and Bucky have a chemistry that they hate each other, and I really enjoy that. Because you just think that, every superhero gets along, but it's gonna be really entertaining just seeing these argue through the entire mission.
Yeah, that too. Also, I hope that they make an on your left reference in Falcon and Winter Soldier. If they don't, the entire series is just dumb, stupid.
And so, what I hope for the series is just like that, but also to flesh out its villains, because Baron is coming back, but they're introducing a new villain called the Flag Smasher.
So what I hope for this series is only two things: action and on your left.
That's all you want.
Yes, that's all I want.
I want the villains to be more fleshed out. Baron Zemo to be much more fleshed out than he already is, because he appeared in one movie. That's all he got. One movie. And then there's the new villain called I keep messing up her name. Flag Smasher. Which apparently are just superpowered teenagers. And they kick Bucky's ass. Like in the trailer.
Funny.
That I'm waiting to see how they flesh out Flag Smasher and her group, which is also called the Flag Smashers. And there's a bunch of kid anarchists that blow shit up. I'm also wanting to see like other villains from Captain America that haven't shown up yet from the comics, maybe. But it just looks like it's gonna be those two, Baron Zemo and Flag Smasher. Which I've never heard of Flag Smasher like ever. So I like it when the MCU brings characters that you just never heard of. Because it brings these characters to light.
I got that.
It's Agatha was kind of known because it's Agatha Harkness, but I've never heard of Agatha Harkness up until the WandaVision series.
WandaVision.
So yeah, I like that they're introducing new characters, and hopefully, Sharon Carter's coming back, blonde, the blonde niece of Peggy. I hope they also flesh out her character because she didn't do much in the movies in Winter Soldier and Civil War. I'm hoping they flesh out her character as well. Honestly, I'm hoping too much from 6 episodes. 6 episodes are an hour long, so I'm hoping for something good, honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess we're all gonna be watching the series when it releases next week. The first episode, at least. And I think that's a wrap. So, Pancakes,
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Say your goodbyes.
So yeah, it was pretty interesting to be in this episode because, as I said, on your left.
All these episodes come onto the left, out of the blue.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Anyways, goodbye, and we'll see you on this episode.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Piwi and welcome to another episode of Media Buffet. I'm here joined by Mr. Pancakes, RAT Comedy, Exceed, and obviously Mercury. How are you guys?
I am very good, and this is going to be a very special episode, I feel.
Pancakes.
I'm also very good, thanks.
Alright, so no one else is gonna answer, then fine. We can just start away. Okay, because this is a very special episode, and oh my god, I'm so excited to talk about this. I'm pretty sure you guys are too.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about the most exciting topic in the universe. It goes by 2 words that even themselves are majestic pronouncing.
And those
Chicken
2 words are
nugget.
chicken nuggets. Those 2 words are chicken nuggets, and we're going to describe, and we're going to talk, and we're going to praise the mighty chicken nuggets.
Okay, I will involuntarily go first, knowing that I will be slaughtered by a random opinion 2 minutes later. I am going to start with the horrendous tragedy and ugliness of McDonald's chicken nugget. Because if I were to rank multiple chicken nugget companies, McDonald's would be at the bottom. Sometimes the nuggets have holes in them. What kinds of nuggets have holes in them? And sometimes they sometimes they recycle the big nugget, the nuggets that turn out to be huge, and use them as chicken patties. I can confirm.
You know?
Oh hell no.
I actually agree with you in that aspect. The flavor is nice. The texture is horrible, but the flavor is nice. I once ordered nuggets from McDonald's. Obviously, the chicken nuggets. And, I will serve my 10-piece nuggets with some fries and a shake. Normal.
And if you take the skin off, it tastes like you're eating a chick.
No, but wait. Let me tell you what happened. I hate McDonald's chicken nuggets just because of this experience. I ordered my nuggets with fries and a shake. I opened the nuggets. I eat 1 nugget. Good. I eat the second nugget. Good. I fucking go to the 3rd nugget, and it was fucking raw. A raw chicken nugget. Come on, man. That is such a mood killer. McDonald's is an F tier.
McDonald's is absolutely F tier.
Right.
I actually got sick.
All
I
right.
actually got sick once because I ate McDonald's chicken nuggets, and I had to go to the hospital.
You had what?
I have to go to a hospital because I got sick from eating chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay, damn.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Okay, so I gotta say the chicken nuggets from McDonald's, they're not as good as others. I just to say right there, but they're spicy. I like their spicy McNuggets because they actually fucking feel like they're actually chicken. Because the normal ones feel like they're synthetic.
You know, yeah, that's the thing. They taste like, they don't taste like real chicken. I mean, okay, the flavor is good. We all know the flavor is good. Can we agree on that?
Yes, yes.
The flavor is good.
Yeah.
But once you bite into it and feel the texture,
Especially
once
the
you bite
spicy
into
ones.
it and feel the texture, it's just like, you know what? I'm not hungry anymore. I'll just eat the fries and I'm done. Because, goddamn, no.
Nah,
Oh my
I'd
God.
actually deal with it. I just eat the whole thing. I don't care.
You know what? It is true what
Ah.
you're saying. We would still, chicken nuggets are chicken nuggets, and chicken nuggets are meant to be praised and eaten. So
Point is, the McDonald's chicken
you put
nuggets.
you put nuggets in my hand, and I will eat them. But the McDonald's ones, they don't fit right in there. You know.
Point is,
Okay, I want to share you a crazy story with McDonald's chicken nuggets. So before we had the chicken selects, they were amazing, of course, but then they changed into these other nuggets, and I tried them. I got sick and threw up while going home, and I never ate McDonald's ever again because
So I've actually never had an experience like that. Like the most I've branched out chicken nuggets is eating spicy ones, and I like the spicy ones more than the
I like
original.
spicy things, so I never eaten the spicy chicken.
Me
never
too,
eaten
I
the
like spicy things a lot.
chicken nuggets.
Same.
But you know what? I like spicy things, so I might like them.
point is that the McDonald's chicken nuggets, even though they're chicken nuggets, they are probably the worst of the chicken nuggets. But hey, at least it's not the McWings.
Not true. I don't think they're the worst, but they're not the best either.
At least they're not the McWings.
I mean, the best thing McDonald's has from chicken are the buttermilk
Yeah,
tenders.
they're
They're really
good. And the
good.
Big Mac is also good.
Big Mac is beef.
I mean, I don't eat hamburgers. I don't eat cheeseburgers, so like I don't know much about the Big Mac.
Cheeseburger without cheese.
That's just the burger.
This is the
I
burger.
know.
Hey, pancakes.
burger.
Pancakes. Eat no burger with no honey mustard.
Eating a burger with a honey mustard.
Honey mustard. Yeah.
Alright.
That joke stemmed from one day I was eating a burger at Denny's the other day, Uber Eats, because Grubhub sucks. And
Damn. Direct. Oh my god. I'm not getting a sausage on Grubhub anytime soon.
yeah, anyways,
Grew up a perks, give me deals on the food you love.
I ordered Denny's, and I ordered the spicy sriracha, spicy sriracha burger, I think it was called. Let me just say it had absolutely no sriracha, but it was a bit spicy, so it's just a spicy burger. Anyways, after that, I ate the burger, right? And I ordered it with some special foreign type of fries, I'm not gonna call them. The condiment was honey mustard, and that I had honey mustard and a burger in the same meal. We both just remembered eating a burger with honey mustard.
Yeah. Alright, so back to the top. Nuggets.
Anyways, yeah, I ordered Uber Eats because Grubhub deals do not give you the food you love.
Burger. And burgers are good and all,
Rub
but
with hate.
this is a chicken nuggets episode, so let's go back.
This is chicken nuggets.
Burgers are no nuggets. Burgers are no nuggets.
Obviously. You know. Alright, so that's the McDonald's.
Okay, so
one, but I'm gonna head over to another.
Okay, can we all agree that the Wendy's ones are kind of the best out of the fast foods?
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about
they are a solid second place, but I have another one favorite in my head. We'll talk about that one
wait?
later.
Which one did you say, Mercury?
Can we all agree that that Wendy's chicken nuggets are either
They're
the
top
best or
tier.
top
They're
tier?
top tier, yeah. They're
Yes,
top
they're
tier.
top tier.
From
They're
fast
top
food.
tier, They are top tier.
I like the fact that they're all in different shapes and also they taste really nice. And if you put them with fries, just makes it even better.
Obviously,
They're just really good.
Yeah, they actually the Wendy's nuggets have kind of like these red flakes in the sweet and sour sauce. It just when combined, it tastes really good. It really does.
No, yeah, but a massive thing that I love about the Wendy nuggets is that they have no holes. And I always hated it when
they
nuggets
have no
have holes.
They're the only ones that actually look like a chicken breast.
That's true.
They got no holes, and you know, I always like it when they have no holes because it looks strange,
looks like the
But
and I hate it.
yeah, I know. But can we always agree that Wendy's are like
yeah, there's
top
hockey.
tier?
Yes.
Wendy's are top tier,
I
but
think-
they're not the toppest nuggets. We'll get onto that later.
There's a thing.
Okay.
There's a thing that we can't taste all the restaurants and the fast food chain nuggets just because. I'm not gonna specify why, but there's a reason we can't eat all the nuggets. We can't taste all the nuggets. So I don't want to say specifically that Wendy's is like the best since we haven't tasted other fast food chains nuggets.
Yeah.
But from what we've
Yeah,
tasted,
definitely.
then it's top tier.
I want to make a comment on the spicy nuggets of Wendy's. They're very spicy, incredibly spicy.
Oh, you haven't tasted spicy stuff, my man.
No, I tasted the spicy nuggets from Wendy's. They're incredibly spicy.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if you would consider these nuggets, but an honorable mention would be KFC's popcorn chicken.
Nah, I don't want to call that a nugget. I don't want to call that.
They're more like semi nuggets, like
No,
the
they're
like the
just like-
Pechu
they're
Pops
just
from
popcorn chicken.
Yeah,
Popcorn
exactly.
chicken and nuggets are different things.
Yes.
Yeah, Picture Bites are
The
great,
most
but not
unlikely
nuggets.
thing are like the Pechu Bites from church. Those tiny.
Speaking of church, churches also has these nuggets. They don't have regular nuggets, but they have these nuggets called corn nuggets, which are kind of like tiny hash browns, but they have a piece of corn on it. Specifically, one piece of corn.
Is there any chicken?
That sounds useless.
I mean, the skin is made of chicken.
Get that shit out of here. Get that
Okay.
shit out of here. No, we need that.
It's just like this piece of chicken, and it's a corn in the middle. That's it.
Yes.
That sounds useless.
I know, right?
just take out the corn, and you got chicken.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? Back to Wendy's. I forgot to say that their barbecue sauce. You know, I pair my nuggets with barbecue sauce. I don't know about you guys, but their barbecue sauce is actually really good.
I usually don't eat fast foods with condiments. Once I tried the Wendy's wings, boneless wings. They're really good. And then and I tried them with the spicy sauce, and the sauce was the sauce tasted terrible. The chicken wings were absolutely amazing, but just sitting in that kind of like put me off. Like, okay, anything I kind of taste with just not no. And I don't like barbecue sauce mainly because it's too
That's
sweet for me.
fair. That's fair enough. You know, yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not the type of person that goes on and eats a lot of sweet things. I don't have a sweet tooth by any means.
Okay,
So I'm not a sweet.
I want to talk about a type of nugget that not many people. I want to talk about a type of nugget that not many people here have actually eaten, but it exists out there, and it's called the Walmart Great Value Chicken Nuggets.
That's frozen, right?
Yes, they're frozen.
Nah, I don't want to count that as a. Well, you can count it, yeah. Describe it.
They're
Or
labeled as
lactose.
chicken nuggets.
Describe
They're
it.
labeled, so I guess.
How is it?
Yeah, there's also Dino Nuggies.
Nah. Well, yeah, they are.
Dino.
They do count because what a chicken nugget is just like a small piece, piece of chicken. It's like the mini boneless wing. That's what they are.
Okay, so pancakes. Back to where it was. You know, I want you to describe to me the Great Value Walmart chicken nuggets.
I can't do that much because I've only eaten them like twice ever in my life. Most specifically when we haven't had anything else to eat and we just went to the Walmart to buy anything, and basically they're meh. From what I can remember, they're just meh. If any of you have gone to like a McDonald's and ordered the orange juice and just drank it, but then just forgot you had it, and after a while it just watered down. Great Value chicken nuggets taste like watered down McDonald's orange juice.
Oh my god.
How do you make a comparison?
I don't know.
Yo.
Experience.
What do you mean
I
experience?
think you haven't even tasted them. What do you mean? What is
They
orange
do.
juice?
I have actually tasted them, but yeah, they're kind of meh.
What do you mean orange? Oh my god. Anyway, I want to go to a classic. How about the Burger King's chicken nuggets?
Now, I wanted to talk about these ones specifically because the Burger King chicken nuggets. Remember how I said earlier that Wendy's chicken nuggets weren't the cup? Yeah, because the Burger King's chicken nuggets, which are technically called chicken tenders, but who cares, are the best nuggets in the entire world. The only reason why the Wendy's chicken nuggets aren't the best one in the world is because they're not long. Because if you get you have not tasted the feeling of darkness. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, I was eating when you eat Burger King chicken tenders, you get this feeling because you know how they're pretty long, right? Yeah, they're you can fit them like in your hand and they're kind of long. So if you dip it,
Pause.
I don't have to say it again.
That's a pause moment there. Anyway, keep going.
if you dip all the tender in the tiny cups of barbecue sauce and eat it whole, that feeling is a classic. There's nothing that outmatches that. If that didn't exist, Wendy's would be the best. But no, this exists, and this is the best nugget in existence.
You know what?
Wendy's and Burger King are top tier in terms of chicken nuggets, but Burger King edges out Wendy's because of this.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you in this. I really don't want to put these ones to compete because I like Wendy's both equally as Burger King's, but you know what? I gotta give it to you, man. Burger King's nuggets are insanely good.
Yeah, they are really good. You know what else? There's also another thing that Burger King has that's really good, and I think some people call it number 15. Burger King foot lettuce.
Yes.
The joke.
The last thing you want in your Burger King Whopper is someone else's foot fungus.
Alright.
Now let us continue with the episode discussing of chicken nuggets.
Anyways, like I had a problem with the Burger King chicken nuggets. Not because of the taste or the texture or anything. It's because I didn't chew them right. So apparently, when I was until basically last year, pretty much, I was eating them wrong. Not because I was like shoving them down my throat or anything. Because
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mercury, but I gotta say this. Pause.
Shut the fuck up.
Because we know you shoved them down your throat, but you don't have to explain it like that, man. Come on.
You can stop.
Honestly, we all did that. We all had to shove those nuggets up our throats because they're really good.
No one shoved. No, it's not their throats. It's called a fetish.
That's so gay.
That's called a fetish. That's not healthy for you. Anyways,
does that help them with these nuggets?
I didn't.
Can you stop?
Shut up. Anyways.
What the hell's going on?
Anyways, I was for some reason when I like swallowed them, the nuggets. I had a mini heart attack.
Oh god.
You choked on the nuggets. We get
I
it.
don't know what happened, but I didn't chew them as much as I needed to. So when I swallowed them, they just like it just felt like my throat was closing.
Yeah, your throat felt like they were too big and you had to spit them out because if not, you would die.
No, I didn't spit them out. They just like I just felt like this. What's wrong with you?
Why are you laughing?
That was not funny, man.
What the
This dude could
No.
actually die and you're laughing.
I know. Isn't that big pause? I can't.
Oh
See
my
how we-
god.
now
Can you shut
listeners.
up about the
Now
dark
listeners.
jokes?
Okay.
We are trying to film an episode here.
Okay. That's it.
Now, listeners, this is what we say about this being a special episode.
Yeah. It appears that someone had the magnificent idea of recording 30 minutes of pure talk about chicken nuggets, and it's somehow working out.
Very much. Anyway, so I was just eating them. I was chewing them incorrectly. So that's my experience until last year was like, maybe I should chew more, and then just stopped. And I'm like, oh, I'm just being an idiot eating these things. So that's my experience.
Did you seriously get to like lefty without unlocking a level 5 skill?
Yep. Anyways, this might be cursed, but I put ketchup
Oh
over
my
the chicken
God.
nuggets and not
What?
a different
What?
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Sinner, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life, man?
Get out of here.
Why do you put ketchup in nuggets? You're a sin.
Mercury,
You are a sin.
Mercury,
You
I
are a
highly
living
suggest-
sin. Get
I
out.
highly
Get
suggest,
out now.
Mercury, I highly suggest you get the fuck out of here. You put ketchup on your nuggets?
Breaking news.
when I want to. I don't usually, but like when I'm just feel like fine. I don't put things on. I don't put ketchup on fast foods usually.
Breaking news. Mercury has been kicked out of Media Buffet for putting ketchup in his
On
nuggets.
It's not cursed because it's just fucking chicken.
It's not just chicken.
Yeah, but chicken
It's
chicken
not
is a
just
sacred
chicken.
meat. I don't eat red meat because I eat chicken and sometimes fish, but chicken, it's chicken.
It's not just chicken. It's a complete delicacy.
Okay, so now chicken nuggets are a lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna buy
Think
a
of it
chicken
as the
nugget
Starbucks
costume.
of the
I'm gonna buy a
girls.
chicken. You guys be tuned to that. I'm gonna buy a chicken nugget costume. I'm gonna take a picture.
Oh.
So you're gonna buy a chicken, and then you're gonna make a chicken
I'm
farm.
just
So
gonna buy a
you
chicken
can only
nugget
farm
costume.
chicken
And I'm
nuggets.
gonna take a picture, and you guys are gonna love it. Be tuned for that.
Ta-
Guys.
ta-
Of course.
buy a normal chicken suit and then hold up a sign that says people love me, so you better start eating.
What the fuck?
So now I'm cursed because I put.
You're not
Shut up.
cursed, you're just a criminal.
Nah, bro. I
You said it was gonna
did.
be cursed, so yeah, I guess.
I did fries and barbecue sauce, and
That's
onion.
totally fine. That's totally fine. That is
That-
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
That's fine. It
Wow,
actually
so
tastes good. What
That's
isn't good
disgusting.
is putting nuggets on ketchup.
What? You said it completely wrong, but fine.
It is completely wrong. You don't just put ketchup in nuggets. You put ketchup in fries. You put ketchup in a cup to put on the fries. You can even put ketchup on burgers, but no, you went ahead and put ketchup on the nuggets. Do you have any idea how many years are you going to make in prison for
Can I
that?
ask you? So is putting ketchup on chicken wings
Chicken
fine?
wings? That's
not
worse.
chicken
Yeah.
wings. That's even worse. That's even worse.
That's worse. Wings are supposed to be with barbecue and
Yeah,
sometimes ranch.
exactly.
Who the fuck puts barbecue on those things?
We're
I can
drifting away from the
understand- I
topic.
can
It's
understand when
nuggets,
you
not
don't
wings.
like barbecue sauce,
We're
that is
drifting
totally
away. It's
understandable.
nuggets, not wings.
But you know,
It's nuggets.
I can totally understand that you don't like barbecue sauce. That's totally understandable. But are there other sauces that you can eat that are not ketchup? I'm asking.
I can tolerate tartar.
If you don't eat fried shrimp with tartar, you're a criminal.
What is tartar?
Fun. Well, I got one. I can one up you because I don't eat fried shrimp.
Same here.
Oh man.
I can tolerate tartar. In small amounts, I can eat mustard.
Eat a burger with a honey mustard.
And I like
Yeah,
hot
me too.
sauce.
Hot sauce
Yeah.
is great.
Hot
I would
sauces are the
actually
gods
like
of
to
condiments.
buy the hot one sauces. I would like to cook up some wings, or I would like to cook up some wings and buy the hot ones hot sauces and try to do a challenge to see if I can resist the last dab.
So let me get this straight. So you guys would be it would not be cursed if I put chicken nuggets in hot sauce.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's why spicy
thank you.
nuggets exist.
Exactly.
It's fine. So legit anything. So you can't put it in anything other than hot sauce.
You can put
Yeah,
chicken.
thanks.
You can put chicken nuggets in any normal condiment except ranch and ketchup and mayonnaise. Who puts it on mayonnaise?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Why would you mention that? That's so bad.
Exactly. Why would you do that?
Who likes mayonnaise?
No, I like mayonnaise.
I have never seen anyone who likes
No,
mayonnaise.
Bro,
Just be
I'm
more
right
like
here.
mayonnaise.
Bro, I'm right here. I'm right here. I like mayonnaise. I like mayo.
Yeah, but real quick, I have to bring up the big question about mayonnaise. Is it an instrument?
Mayonnaise is not an instrument because, as you can see, mayonnaise is made up of particles that are kind of like homogeneous mixes, and instruments are made up of solid materials like wood or metal or brass, and these are heterogeneous mixes of elements. Therefore, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Getting all smart up on simple questions.
If it can make sound, it belongs in a
Mayonnaise
concert.
cannot make a sound, therefore it is not an instrument.
That's a good
It
conclusion.
can make a slopping
It can
sound.
make a sloppy sound, exactly. But yeah.
So back to the quick topic. What do you guys give Burger King's nuggets?
Legend.
They're good.
Legend.
They're good.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Legend.
For me, they're not the best. For me, Wendy's is on top of them.
Yeah, in my opinion,
But-
Wendy's on top too.
Yeah.
Legend.
They're not
Yeah,
bad.
they're not bad.
So that's mostly my take on these and our long rant on what to not put on chicken
It's
nuggets.
not
Yeah.
a raise.
This was a perfect mix of the right opinions on chicken nuggets, what you should not put on chicken nuggets, if mayonnaise is an instrument or not, and eating a burger with a honey mustard.
All right, so you know what? I'm actually considering on making a burger episode next because that seems to be, a little bit more. How do I say this? I don't want to say popular. I don't want to say popular, but controversial maybe.
Because you can like now chicken nuggets are just chicken nuggets, basically. Pretty much,
Yeah.
you can only put sauces on them and
Definitely. Yeah,
I don't know if you thought about
totally
this.
feel-
like seasoning.
Yeah.
And then with burgers are like this
I don't
wild
know if you thought
array
about
of
this,
like.
but we're
things you
literally
can put
putting
on.
the buffet in media buffet.
We are though.
Hey,
We are.
hey.
Nice.
All right, so you guys expect the burger episode later on.
We're
Expect
living
the
up to
burger
our name.
episode later on. We're gonna work on that,
Yeah.
All right, so that was all for today's episode. We covered chicken nuggets, and it was one hell of an episode. Memes aside, chicken nuggets are great. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes,
Chicken
yes,
nuggets are
very
great.
much.
Chicken nuggets are goated, and we should praise chicken nuggets. All right, so that was today's Media's Buffet episode.
And I'm banned from any
Yeah,
restaurant.
You get out. You get out. Go stop them nuggets. Ketchup. All right, so that was Media Buffet's episode of Chicken Nuggets. We'll see you on the next one.